Hello, everybody, and welcome to BSL Babylon Smite League. This is Morty on the mic here, joined by Empin here with me in the booth. How we feeling, big dog?
Feeling pretty good. We've done it once before. Didn't turn out too well, but I'm pretty excited for this one. It's been a while, and I'm ready to
It's
see it happen.
Yeah, man, I'm excited, ready to see some Smite 2 action go down between the crew versus Cyberpunk Otters, and we see our rosters down below. Any names that stand out to you?
I've heard a lot of talk about Kazar and Reaper. I don't know why. I know Dr. Killjoy. I actually run into him a couple times in ranked. That's pretty cool. Kai. There's just players I know here. I'm pretty excited. Um, who have you got your chips on for the before the draft here? Who do you think?
Man, I'm not gonna lie to you. I know some of these players, but I don't think I know enough to really put my chips in on one side or the other. And as casters, we're expected to remain a little unbiased. So I'm gonna hold that for a minute and wait for these picks and bans to go through. As Ares is our first ban for the game today. That seems like a pretty expected one.
Yeah, one of the best supports in the game. He really changes the whole draft around himself, especially when you first pick him. So it's like, might as well just get him out of draft. Don't even got to think about him.
Right.
Bologna,
Okay. Part of me thinks this is maybe a target ban, probably for Bologna. We don't see that one very often, as Aladdin follows those well.
possibly it's a target ban. I know that I did play against a Rip Talon Bologna. Is Rip Talon allowed in these games? The new
Um,
ADC item that just came out. Are we allowed to have Xbalanque? Are we allowed to have Rip Talon?
I believe so. I'll double check banned content right now. I believe, yeah, that is a yes.
Okay, that's pretty exciting because I think Rip Talon makes the game heavily skewed towards ADCs right now. I don't know if these guys have played too much on this patch yet, but I think it is a very very powerful item. I think you're gonna see it nerfed very soon. So I'm interested to see what kind of teams pick up what. Maybe that Bologna pick was or the Bologna ban was because of the Rip Talon. I don't know.
So you mentioned that
Maybe I'm
patch
just
day
seeing.
was
Oh
yesterday. How do you think it's going to impact our meta going into today's match?
yeah, the patch day really. It really was just like I think it is a huge boon for ADCs. I think you can see them mid no problem. A lot stronger coming out of the carry roll. You
Hmm.
hit that sort of 2 item power spike with the Rip Talon, and it's just you're off to the races. Like, you start hitting for like 250, 300 sometimes, and it's just crazy. But we get a classic. Oh, X Ball is third ban, but I guess we don't have the image for it right yet.
That's all right.
But
Sun Wukong, first pick here, and that's a not really a huge surprise. Very safe, very sustainable solo, or even a mid laner in some occasions. As Odin follows through for the first pick of the Otters.
I wanted to mention Odin when Ares was banned, and as when I said they forced the whole draft to be played around them, it's the same thing with Odin. Odin just forces the whole draft to be played around him. Combo that with the Cupid, and suddenly if you pick leaps to avoid the Odin, you can't leap anymore unless you blow beads. It's just a really lethal combo. You're gonna get stunned by the Cupid ult. You're gonna get hit by the Odin damage. You're gonna can't heal, stuck in there. So pretty good combo to come out with, swinging with.
Yeah, there's a lot of damage that comes through with Fields of Love and the Odin Cage in combo. And when you're locked in the Odin Cage, there's no way to heal through the damage that Cupid can deal through Fields of Love, Heart Bomb, and basics in general. A lot to love on the side of Cyberpunk Otters, but Tsukiyomi and Agni follow through for the crew, and that's a pretty scary comp as well.
Lots of poke damage, so much poke damage. It does seem that the crew has an idea in mind when they're drafting here, and they say we want to poke. We just want to fight him at max range, lock him down with an Augie CC, and hit him with just a whole bunch of just random stuff from range, and just see how that works out. Cyberpunk Otters, on the other hand, are going all in on the walls, just walls for days. It looks like it. I don't know the emoji they're kind of thinking about, but there it goes.
Yeah, I see a lot of vision with Odin, Cupid, Yamoja, but I'm kind of wondering where Nuwa fits into this comp.
Now, I will say the new Wa, kind of generically decent, really good mid laner, super safe. Um, Her ult, because of the new intelligence items and Soul Gem and Soul Reaver and all that stuff, you press 2, you press 4, every single person on the opponent's team loses half their health immediately. So I don't think you can really go wrong, aside from like it's gonna be kind of hard to stay alive in front of the Tsukiyomi maybe and the Agni. We'll see how that goes, but you can just sit under a tower until you hit full build.
That that might be the case here because there will surely be a lot of pressure from Tsukiyomi, Agni, and now we see Bacchus on the other side as well, accompanied by Hu Yi. And this comp is kind of starting to form together. But what do you think the crew excels at as far as their gods and what places they're in?
They have a ton of pressure, a ton of kill potential just when they're grouped on these objectives. It's going to be really hard for the Cyberpunk Otter to find a way to get into the backline or to even get to the backline because we've got Hoi and Agni just getting out of there. But it's going to be really hard for them to get into melee range or into some kind of situation in which they can use their walls really well when the enemy team is 10,000 miles away poking you. You try to get in there, you're going to lose like 3,000 health in half a second. So I think it's a pretty impressive comp, and I think Bacchus kind of gives them a little bit more pick potential in the mid to early games, or early to mid game. On bats.
Yes, a lot more poke on the side of the crew. They're able to maintain distance and try and whittle down health bars before they make their engage. But on the other side of Cyberpunk Otters, they're looking to all in, all or nothing, shove all their chips into the middle of the table and just go crazy from there. And they've got a lot of crowd control. They've got a lot of setup to do so. But I wonder if the safety on the side of the crew might be able to deny that engage that Cyberpunk Otters will be looking for towards the later parts of the game.
Yeah, it's gonna be a very interesting matchup. You've got the full poke comp into like a full just all in engage comp, and the Nuwa is kind of good for that. And I will say, the ult really you don't need to chase these targets. So if you Hunbats ult somebody and Hou gets dropped to like 40% HP, 35% HP late game because of a big combo, but he still gets out because that dash is crazy. That Nuwa ult's just gonna clean it up. You're gonna clean up these team fights, no problem. So I think it's a pretty good comp on both sides, and I am excited to see how this turns out.
Yeah, I mean, usually we'll be able to look at these comps and kind of decide, oh, there's a lot of OP gods on one side, a lot of OP on the other, but nothing. I don't know. I mean, this looks like a pretty even matchup. For those of you just now joining us, this is game one in the best of three between the crew and Cyberpunk Otters. This is Morty and Impin in the booth, and we got everybody in their roles, everybody in their selected spots. And does anything stand out to you?
I I'm really excited for this game just because it does seem like it's going to be just whichever team can execute their gameplay or their game plan better than the other team, and it's going to be a really good show of both teamwork but also individual skill on all the team's behalf.
Hmm.
I don't know. It's going to be a good one, I think, unless one team really pulls away with it. I'm really scared of the poke team just because that can be really hard to play against. And but if CP0 they find an in, that's that. Are they going for an invade or just going for wards? New Curio wards. New
Oh,
update for those
right.
of you who haven't played. Everybody has a ward now. Everybody.
Huh.
So yeah, which makes the two wards on the Emoji side here a little weird, but maybe she's going with sweeper first item. And I forgot,
Yeah.
with everybody getting a ward, the Eye of the Jungle like active for supports. You play support. I forget what it's called. The one that places down the sentry ward. That one, really
Eye
good item, I
Providence.
think. Yes, Eye of Providence. Really good item. You're gonna get a lot of extra gold. Ton of it.
Now, one thing that really worries me for the crew's comp right now is that there's only one shell as far as relic selection goes, and it's in the hands of Reaper. Neither of the tanks have a shell to utilize. How do you think that impacts our game?
If they're not careful, I mean, we can see this Wukong die pretty often, depending on how he uses his ult. But a lot of their team is really safe. I mean, my biggest concern is the Tsukiyomi, really. Tsukiyomi does kind of get flattened by Odin early game, and no shell on him is going to be kind of rough.
Yeah, definitely positioning is going to be a huge part of that because there's only so much you can do as Odin if you can't make that distance. You know what I mean? But if he's going to utilize the leap and then jump in, the Tsukiyomi's going to have to find some way to work around that. Barely a minute into this game and no real aggression so far. A lot of safe picks, like you mentioned, on both sides. So I don't think we're going to see a whole lot of first blood potential yet. But when it does happen, where do you think it's going to happen?
It's probably going to look like around level 5 in mid lane. I think with Agni being in the game here, just a point and click stun, followed up with the really like high early pressure Tsukiyomi, and with a super immobile mid laner in Nuwa, I think that's the prime place to gank, I'll be honest.
Yeah. I mean, definitely, you can either bait out the ult. She does have beads, so that's another tool you need to get rid of before you really dedicate everything in. But you know, there is definitely a lot of potential there in mid lane. As we do see a double body slam from Bacchus here in duo. Krusty is looking to get a bit of aggression in, but he's down to a couple hundred health. Is getting chased away. Hunbat's around the corner, going to find first blood. Krusty is dead, and first blood goes to Cyberpunk Otters.
You're really exposed with the Bacchus there once your flop is down, and both junglers being in the left, but Hunbats has a little bit more mobility getting there. So we're
Yeah.
come back to the mid lane. No, just clearing. I thought he was dashing in to go get him.
Yeah, man, I love seeing Hunbats move around the map. Very high mobility, especially when you use your 1 and 3 in combo. And it is a little unfortunate that Krusty's did get caught out there. Your one dash was used to engage, but little did you know, Hunbats is around the corner, and that's just how things go down. If you let Hunbats just show up out of nowhere, which usually doesn't happen very much in early. I mean, without Fear No Evil, Hunbats isn't the biggest of threats, especially without the aspect. But you know, if there's a setup for him, then he can go crazy.
Yeah, and you can see some Hunbats just snowball out of control. Like just the amount of damage that guy can put out with a couple kills under his belt, it's gonna be a lot of damage. I mean, he already almost has the Hydras up, but so does Tsukiyomi. A little bit of brawling going on in the mid lane. The Odin went solo here, so I'm actually not sure how that matchup's going, but on top of that, the Wukong is not going full intelligence, so it's like a whole shake up to what I'd expect traditionally here.
No way, Hunbat's in. Doesn't have the Fear No Evil online. Uses the overhead smash to get a bit of damage off, but looks like Wukong is A-okay under the tower. Going to hang out here and maybe go back to base here in just a minute. But man, that was pretty close.
I do think we're going to see a lot more action start to happening as people get level 5. The Tsukiyomi, very powerful level 5. Hunbat, same deal. Odin, of course, same deal. Nuwa, global pressure. Agni finally becomes a character. Like, I think it's going to start to get a little bit more kill happy at level 5.
Now, you, Impen, you're a real high-level mid laner. Where do you think that Agni is going to be going with this build?
I personally like a ton of cooldowns, like a Chronos Pendant, Spear of Desolation, stuff like that. Just get those bombs out as often as possible, and we got a pause coming in. But it looks like he's going towards the Soul Gem first, which is kind of nice for the sustain, especially if you're getting poked a little bit against the Nuwa, against the Emoja. I could see it coming in handy early game for sure. I like to get the bombs up a lot with the Chronos Pendant, but I do like a bit of a Soul Gem. The
My
Pause
eyes right
League.
now are on the pause league. My eyes right now are on the right side of the mini map where you can see that Mental Booming is actually walking into Cyberpunk Otter's jungle and maybe looking for that red buff.
I'd like to give the 1v1 to the level 5 character over the level 4 character, but if the Hunbats is just barely a smidge away from level 5 here and manages to get the red buff, I could see it maybe turn, and after the Tsukiyomi ults, you get a Fear No Evil dropped on you and just get bursted while you're CC'd, as well as Nuwa's in a way better position to affect that fight. Definitely something's going on. Wonder
Yeah,
what the pause
she
is
does
for.
have
Oh,
the ult. Here we go. We're back in. And now I wonder what's going to happen on that right side as Mental Booming walks forward and Krusty's. The Cruise
he just hit
duo is
5.
getting invaded. Level 5 on both sides, and Hunbats is going to walk away with a couple hundred health. A lot of invading on both sides of the map, and looks like the Cyberpunk Otters duo was able to invade and get that purple buff away from Kazar and Krusty's. There's a bit of fight happening here in solo lane. Wukong jumps up into the air, followed by the Odin jump.
Ooh.
The Odin cage is forced out, but we're not trapped in here with you. You're trapped in here with us.
I mean, Odin really far pushed up into the level 5s. There you go. It's gonna happen to you.
Yeah, and a lot of people consider Odin as like this extremely safe solo laner, but I think if you're able to get taken advantage of pretty easily. Kazar sitting at about 100 health and duo does get poked down, and the new ult from out of nowhere able to snipe down Kazar before he makes it back to base. Cyberpunk Otters have 2 kills on the board.
That's gotta feel good for Nuwa. You just press 4, you get 300 gold. How you're cleaning your hands up with that, you're like, oh, give me my ancient signet right now. Looks like they're prepping for a Gold Fury on spawn, though, off the kill. Oh, he's already respawned, coming back.
Gold Fury's about 2,000 health. Fear No Evil's out to lock down Crusties. He does have Sunder online, but he doesn't have the health bar to support it. Rivers of Buke is out to try and lock down Mental Booming. Tsukiyomi ult out, trying to cause havoc on the back line. Narwhal able to secure that Gold Fury, but the crew walking forward, looking to take advantage of the scraps. Narwhal sitting at about 100 health. Sunbreaker's able to lock down a couple bodies, and Mental Booming takes down Narwhal. 2 bodies dead for the side of Cyberpunk Otters, but they were able to walk away with a Gold Fury.
First Gold Fury, not the most impactful, so I think it was a pretty even trade at the end of the day here for both teams. One team got the Gold Fury. I mean, we have CP0 up a little bit, but honestly, not much to say for the early game right now. Great play by the crew, not just letting them have that for free. Big fan of that. And I do like the agency and the like proactiveness on the side of CP0 to make that call, even if it's like, oh hey, let's just force them to try and figure it out, you know?
Wait a minute, is this solo slapboxing or does this end up in a kill? Old Wukong down, gonna force out the Odin cage from Odin, but the cudgel just does so much damage. Zerv walks away with the kill. Is that how you say that, Zerv? I've been looking at that name for like 5 minutes. I have no idea how to say it.
Zyrv.
Zyrv.
Maybe it's like some crazy spelling for Xavier. Oh, solo kill in the duo lane. Dr. Killjoy. Showing what
Very
the counter
nice.
matchup's all about. No, I mean,
is that
when
a counter matchup?
yeah, Cupid does really good into Hou-Yi because pretty much nothing can stop the Hou-Yi dash except for a Cupid ult. And even then, sometimes Hou-Yi can just dash out of the Cupid ult if he presses 3 fast enough. But no, Cupid, pretty good matchup into the Hou-Yi. And I would imagine a pretty good matchup into Xbalanque as well. 2 of the most like premier, probably best ADCs right now, but also the safest. I feel like Cupid's a solid number 3, but it's kind of got some combat going on. Nope.
Looks like Cyberpunk Otters wanted to invade on that duo side crew purple buff, but weren't able to make it happen as Khazar was around the corner. I think they were looking for another kill on Crusties, but that's not going to happen just yet.
Nothing happened just yet. We got a Stampede picked up in the Odin side here. Not going for any of those selfish items. We're just playing for the late game, playing for the team fight. I kind of like that, actually. Just, I'm going to be here for you, team.
Well, wait, when does he use that, though? If he's in solo, I guess he just uses it to be, like, safe for himself?
I guess. I mean, he is 0-2 right now. Maybe it is just a pickup to sort of, like, try and keep himself alive while they're fighting. Oh, it always feels like a fight's going to break out, and you never know. Things flip so fast in this game.
I think what I look for is numbers. Yeah, junglers from both sides here in duo lane, and the engage shows up. Fear No Evil still in pocket for Khalil, but nothing here happening just yet. 3-on-3, just waiting for their engage. Bakistan incoming, does find Cupid. The dash is baited out as well. The Sun from Hou-Yi follows, and the Sunbreaker's out. The Fields of Love, the Rivers of Puke, the Fear No Evil, everything is here. Abilities all over the floor of the duo lane, and 1 kill down for each side. Narwhal finds Mental Booming to uneven the odds, and Khalil looking for thirds. Khazar on the run, and maybe we find him, but he's able to get to the tier 1 tower. That's 2 for 1 in the favor of Cyberpunk Otters.
You know, I was about to say before the fight broke out, I was like, this fight's not looking too good for the crew right now just because we're down a couple levels, but I was also thinking, like, if they get a couple kills, that is a huge boost because there is an underdog bonus in Smite 2. If you're down a few levels and you get a kill up on somebody who's, you know, 3, 4, 5 levels up on you, you get way more golden experience. You're getting like 400 or 500 gold in XP for a kill. So, you know, maybe it was worth the risk, and they did get the kill on the Cupid. So, tip of the scales a little bit.
One. Yeah, I guess it kind of unevens odds. I was really hoping that, maybe not hoping, but I was thinking that Gold Fury was going to be up right around that time, but I guess my timer was just a tad off the mark. But Gold Fury just now coming online, and wards being placed down by Crusties, the crew ready in case Cyberpunk Otters want to sneak another gold.
They do it really fast, especially with Odin called over here. They seem to be eyeing the Gold Fury. We've got a lead in duo. What else can they do here? They do have vision, and we know that they have vision. They have the ward here. They can. Oh no, the sentry's just outside. But does the crew know? Bacchus is coming around here.
Yeah, this looks perfect
Slowly
for
converging.
the crew. They should be able to walk in, but Krusty's maybe looking to steal this away. He does have the Sunder online, but can he get there in time? No, he can't. Narwhal secures it for the side of Cyberpunk Otters. The crew just a tad too late to the party. But wait a minute, who could get caught right here? Khalil forced to use that somersault to get out of harm's way. He was just a tad bit out of position, but all 5 members of Cyberpunk Otters here in middle lane and some backup. We decide we might not dedicate to this push. We did get a bit of gold, though.
Very well played objective. I mean, you called the solo over. You said, I mean, you're not winning solo lane anyways, so show up and let's win these team fights. Let's get these objectives, and that's exactly what they did. 1k gold lead up, just barely. Fight going on in the jungle. I would like to see the Odin get a couple more levels here, but the rotation is really good. Just allowing their team to get further and further ahead, slowly but surely, bleed them out of farm. Then the second Gold Fury, like, tick thing, very good. It buffs the minions as well while you're near them. And it brings you one more closer to the true damage on the towers, which is really big.
So here we are at 10 minutes in, 11 to be exact, and there's a 2k gold lead on the side of Cyberpunk Otters, and they've also got 2 Gold Furies over their opponents. Now, maybe my math is a little bit wrong, but only 2k, well, I guess 3k now, above their opponents for 2 Gold Furies. Is that about right?
I think Crew is doing a great job keeping up, doing a good job. It's a really hard because with the objectives getting taken, it's a big back and forth. Because they're getting up a little bit, but then Crew's finding a couple kills, so they're getting those shutdown bonuses. So it's kind of a back and forth. So it's looking good. Crew's keeping up really well. CP0 trying to pull away, and this is about the best way they could do it. Just keep getting those Gold Furies. Pyro's coming up real soon. Don't need to look for kills when you get all the objectives on the map.
That's true. That's a very good point. The Merlin flex right there from Reaper. This is fun. You know what? I think what I love about Babylon is it feels competitive, but it feels like friendly nonetheless. There's a bit of like trash talk, a bit of disrespect, but it's all in good favor. You know what I mean? It's all in good love as Narwhal tries to find the flank on Reba, forced to use the Agni Dash, and no kill found right there. Mitsuumi's around the corner though, and something tells me that something might erupt as Krusty's walks over to the right side.
Very curious to see how this game goes when it gets later into the game, especially with Crew being more of a poke comp. They are going to be a lot stronger when they're together, and they have a very, very strong Sun Wukong right now, the highest level in the game, very powerful. Once he comes out of that solo lane, it's going to make big waves on the map for the Crew. So I don't think it's honestly as bad as it looks, even with the gold lead going on here.
Maybe a flank here in duo. The beads is forced out from Kazar as the Fields of Love connects, and the Fear No Evil in follow. Where did his health bar go? The new
from 75%
damage right there. Holy crap!
Oh my goodness! I mean, that's the ancient signet for you right there. It's the early game is just crazy.
Yeah.
No, that's why I really like Nuwa right now. I've been picking her up a lot. Ancient signet, and a little bit of a tech a lot of people don't know. They changed Soul Gem to only stack when you hit gods with the abilities and not just when you cast abilities and like hit minions or whatever. But for some reason, since Nuwa's one is a buff, never mind, we got a fight going on here right now.
Oh no, Rivers of Buke followed by the Whirlpool does lock down Mental Booming, and he might be Mental Booming as he hits the grave. Another kill for CP0, and Krusty is just a tad bit late to save his friend.
That is rough, and that's why Tsukiyomi is kind of a high risk, high reward jungler. The poke is very strong, and the late game is super strong, especially with the Boomba's cudgel, but you just don't have mobility. It is hard to stay alive, especially if you get caught out, even if you're in your own jungle.
Krusty's getting stunned away, and the Whirlpool follows. Krusty's having to put on the juke shoes, but I don't think he's going to get caught today. CP0 have their eyes on Gold Fury over Krusty's, but you know what? Krusty's third time's a charm. Why don't you try and steal this away? You got Sunder for a reason, right? And here he is. He's showing up. He's got the sentry down, trying to deny some vision as he walks forward. CP0 melting this Gold Fury in quick time, sitting at about 3,000 health and dropping down to 2. But they're not giving up just yet. Fear No Evil puts a focus on Kazar. Krusty's still here, though. He's going to walk up and try and hit the Sunder Reach just a tad bit off the mark. Biohazard able to secure that one for CP0. 3 Gold Furies in 15 minutes is bad news for the Crew. There's a bit of fight happening in solo lane. Wukong's in the air. The Odin shield might save his life, and Zerv does massive damage, and the Cudgel's barely going to get him out of harm's way, but Biohazard, again, that pesky Nuwa, one after the other, just killing people around the map. Somebody put a stop to this man.
3-0-2, and I'm pretty sure all of the kills are off the ultimate. Don't need to leave the lane, just putting her feet up in the lawn chair, just pressing 4. Just getting farm all across the map. That's what I love. That's what I love about playing Nuwa.
High skill character. You know what? Whatever brings W's for your team, right? Whatever gets you the victory royale, and I think, you know what? If they were that scared of it, then the crew could have banned it away if they knew that Biohazard was a fellow Nuwa enjoyer, right?
Yeah, I mean, banning the Nuwa is kind of scary, but I mean, they took away one of her better counters in Odin. I mean, it's a pretty safely positioned Nuwa, especially if she can stay. Oh my god, especially if she can stay safe in these late game team fights. It's just gonna be a ton of pressure coming out from miles away. You just throw out fog, it just hits whoever. You press 2, you press 4. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing to behold.
It's a beautiful thing to behold here. We're at 16 minutes and Cyberpunk Otters already have 3 gold Furies as well as a 4K gold lead over their opponents. Feels of Love is out, trying to put some focus on it. Kazar, he does get stunned around the corner. It's the Moonstrike, and Kazar again getting stunned. The damage from Narwhal is massive, but look at Mental Booming in the backside, looking for some pressure on Cupid. Khalil getting a bit of focus as well. Fear No Evil's out, trying to save his own life and maybe do a bit of damage in the process. Overhead smash does good damage, but Zerv's able to find the final touch of death with the cudgel. Massive stuff from the crew right there.
That is such a strong Sun Wukong. 90 stacks on the Devos. We've got the Sanguine Lash online. He's going to be hurting and really hard to kill, especially as he gets his more tank items online. Going in to try to kill these dual laners.
Massive knockup from the Bull, and he's going in. He does get locked down by the Heart Bomb, but the rest of the team's there. The reinforcements have arrived. The crew showing up and showing out here, looking to even the odds and kills, but that pesky tower, was that a body block from Zerv? Is that how he just died?
I hope not.
Good lord.
Remember what I said, like, they have such a strong solo laner, strongest in the game, and he shows up, and what happens? Just puts his staff on everybody's face, beats him around a little bit. Like, it's gone. It's solo lane Dominion right now. This is the best time for Sun Wukong to affect the map, and he's doing it with glee, it seems. Diving the duo lane. No problem. Just press 4. I'm out of there.
That's crazy. Now, one thing that does stand out to me here is the Devos on Wukong. I feel like I've been seeing Devos a lot, and why is that?
So, the Devos, they changed the Firebrands, which are those 3 little minions that spawn in the Fire Giant pit, to be tagged as boss monsters. So, what you can do is you can farm your Devos to 75 stacks, after which, when you get a killer assist on a boss monster, you get 40 minion kills worth of things. So that is 120 minion kills on a 3 minion camp. So you can actually walk over, kill the camp, no problem, and you go from like 75 stacks to like 87 stacks like immediately. And I mean, what can I say? It's pretty good. It's pretty good when that happens. You get a really accelerated game plan.
Mental Booming walked up just a tad too far, forced to use the Suki ult, but Fear No Evil will lock him down in quick time. Khalil is able to find the kill, another one for CP0. And they're looking to really take advantage of this lead that they have. 4 bodies of CP0 over here by the Gold Fury pit, which just came online. And pressing forward, though, Krusty is not looking to give up the fight, but he's going to get cornered. Around the corner was that pesky Narwhal. Almost found a stun there, but Biohazard presses 4. Press the 4 button, get the kills. CP0 on top yet again, looking to rip this Ancient Fury right in the faces of the crew. But what can they do? Kazar around the corner, followed by Reaper. But look at the backline pressure from Zerv. He's looking to make something happen here. A lot of abilities coming down here. Addy damage huge. River's Rebuke is out, and Zerv able to find one on Khalil. 2 bodies down on the side of CP0. Make it 3. Looking to make it 4, but the jump in from Thickla Quick, chasing after Kazar. Looking to find something in the backside there. Zerv still chasing down Biohazard. This is a massive shutdown. You need to find it, but the cudgel just doesn't do enough damage. Just a tad bit too little to find that kill, but the fight's not over yet. Around the corner, Thickla Quick might be getting cornered by Zerv. Look at Kazar, still putting out some damage here. If he can hit some of those basics, he'd really be putting out damage. He's able to hit a few. There's the damage, and Huyi jumps in, finds a kill on Thickla Quick. Kazar on top yet again. The crew walk away victorious.
Level 13 to level 15 there off that one kill.
Huge.
And I mean, what can you say? I mean, the Wukong is huge, and he's showing up. As soon as he shows up in a team fight, boom, everybody's dead. Not to take anything away from Reaper and Kazar here, they did a ton of damage in that fight. They had the team grouped up in the walls, the Emoja ult, the Agni bombs. the Hou Yi ult and just rained fire down on top of the entire team of CP0. And you got a monkey in the clouds ready to sit on you as soon as you leave, you know? So it's like, wow, that was a lethal combo, and I mean, that's hard to match. That's a lot of damage.
Yeah, I think that poke comp that you talked about during the picks and bans phase is really starting to come alive. And it's also worth noting that the lead that CP0 should have right now, it doesn't look that big. I mean, look at it. The crew are up 1 kill, but they're down about 3k gold, 3 to 4k. And 3 gold furies over their opponent, CP0, still are in control to a certain extent, but the crew are certainly not out of this yet.
Yeah, and with the Wukong being on the map all the time and McThick trying to just close the gap in EXP right here, it's just a big power play for the crew right now. Even though they are behind gold, it looks like they're in the driving seat, which is pretty scary. I mean, a lot of the gold has to be on the Nuwa for CP0, I imagine. That woman is fed. She's got a very large Rada Tahuti pack and ready to go, and it's gonna hit. It's gonna hit hard, and it's not gonna feel good, especially for somebody like Kazar, who is a little bit behind in levels compared to the mid laners. Just those extra ability ranks are gonna do a little bit extra damage, and it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt. It's not gonna feel good, especially as we go towards this Gold Fury.
Cyberpunk Otters ripping that Ancient Fury, sitting at about 4k health, and Krusties might be walking up to it yet again. You got to hit one of these Sunders, Krusties. You got it for a reason, right? But look at the pressure from the backside. The massive Fear No Evil gonna lock down 4 members of the crew. Narwhal is able to secure that gold, but walking forward, Krusties really wants this kill. Narwhal still alive, but they're not giving up on it just yet. Cudgel does massive damage and just bowling a china cabinet, storming into the Titan room. Narwhal's not getting out of this one. Zerv able to find the kill, and over around the corner, Zerv looking to lock down Odin as well. Can he find the kill on that one? The Odin shield might save his life, and that it does. Zerv gonna have to back things up as Thick Quick finally gets to the fountain, and the crew might not have found that gold, but they did find a lot of kills in the process. Overhead smash, looking for some decent damage, does a lot to Reaper, still chasing down Reaper, but the reinforcements of the crew might find the kill. Yes, they do. Zerv is on a rampage right now when Cyberpunk Otter's own jungle, and something tells me that he's not done yet. He's looking for Biohazard, and here comes the bull for him, looking for a lockdown. I don't think he's going to find that damage, though. Biohazard takes down Mental Booming in quick time. The massive damage from this character, but here's the shutdown. The knockup followed by the Sunbeam Bow. Kazar is able to find the shutdown. Biohazard is a dead man, and the Odin cage might be looking for some more kills, but the reinforcements of the crew have shown up, and Thick Quick is surely in trouble. The crew have 4 bodies, hungry, waiting for more as they take down this tier 1 tower.
That's just not okay. Zerv is just running the whole show right now. I don't even know what to say. And that combo between Krusties and Kazar just taking out Biohazard, like they're not even 5-0 right now. Like, it's just, wow. The crew's really coming alive. They look really active, still have a gold deficit, but if you told me the gold values were flipped, I'd be like, yeah, no, of course. But no, it's like, what is happening?
Dude, I cannot believe that Cyberpunk Otters have... Wait a minute, Narwhal just stole the pyro right in the face. Dude, oh my god. Narwhal is a sundering monster. He didn't even have Sunder online. He stole that with a Moonstrike. This is a legend in the support game.
If I have learned anything from this set, it's that you can't let the guy have Wukong, and Narwhal is just going to be better at Sunder than everybody else, I guess. Like, wow. Sunder and securing, I guess. You're right. He just did a Moonstrike. And, I mean, Narwhal has gotten, like, every single objective secured this game, right? Like, I don't think. Maybe not the first Gold Fury, but everything else just Sunder, mine. This time, Moonstrike, mine. Like, wow.
Man,
these two teams really do feel like very well balanced. Like they're showing each other what they're here for, you know. Even though there's a 5k gold diff.
That's true, and look at where we're at now. It's a 5k gold lead. 4 kills on the side of the crew, though. They're the ones that are down the gold, and 4 gold furies, one of those being an ancient in the pocket of Cyberpunk Otters, but they can't find their opportune moment to siege these objectives. Sure, they found a couple towers here and there. There's not a single tier 1 standing for the crew, but they're not able to really win these fights how they want to.
Like, they see you trying to do something, and they just shut it down. I mean... this monkey is patrolling, looking for kills. I can see it. He's bloodthirsty. He's got in his eyes. Maybe not tiger form, but he's got the bloodthirster one. So, goodness.
Dude, I don't even know like how to call this. I mean, it's hard to say like which one team or not is really in the lead. I mean, the scoreboard can only tell you so much, but how these fights are going down is a completely different story than what we're seeing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, I mean, if you take a step back, like on paper, like both teams have very defined strengths. As Krusty's might be getting caught. Nope, we're good. They have very defined strengths. One's really good at. Oh. I can't
It's
tell
a
what's
belly
going
flop.
on.
It's a belly flop, bro. He's always
It's a belly
good.
flop. We're good. We're good. No, like one's really good at team fighting. The other's really good at like poking and picking. And it seems like right now the crew have been able to just execute on their game plan, but I mean the zone control from CP0 or something has led to them just getting a lot of objectives pretty much uncontested, which is surprising to me because this poke and pick comp should excel around objectives, but it just seems that they're cleaning things up and tearing things apart in these random jungle skirmishes and just reveling in on all their kills. It's just a lot of chaos happening. I don't know what else to say really. It's hard to say.
So
I
my
do
biggest
think,
question is, no, go ahead,
yeah.
go ahead.
No, go ahead, go ahead.
What do you think the opportune engages for CP0? How do they get these fights started in their favor?
So it really is just looking like you would need like an Odin ult or a Hunbat's ult to just lock him down for just a second. You just need just a second for Cupid to get his ult off, and then we just want to kill them with general big circles and just murder them dead. It's not happening. But I do think if we get a good Odin engage, if we get a good Odin stun, or speak no evil.
That was Fear No Evil? Wait a minute. The
Fear No
fight's
Evil.
unfolding here in middle lane. I had no idea that was even happening. Moon strikes out, does lock down Krusty's, and the damage from Biohazard is absolutely crazy. Amazing Odin cage as well. Forces the Phantom Shell. Wait a minute. Phantom Shell's still not out. Odin is going crazy in the back line, but Kazar is able to take care of him, completely flipping this one over. Biohazard takes down Mental Booming. 2 bodies dead on the side of the crew, and Thicla Quick is the only one they had to sacrifice. Something tells me this is Fire Giant time.
It was just a big Hunbat's ult, big Odin ult, and then they were gone. Like they weren't even there. It does seem to be a really slow Fire Giant. Maybe they're just trying to look for more picks because we're just hiding the bush here. No dash on the Agni. It's getting kind of sketchy. It does look like it was just a bait. It is hard for...
Oh my god. Huge damage there. Kazar able to hit that burst button in quick time. The Lerny Bow damage is massive, followed by the Sunbeam. The burst is just immaculate from Kazar, who wasn't exactly going crazy in the earlier parts of the game, but he's starting to come online and show up and show out.
It's looking good for the crew. What can I say? We managed to force them off. We're getting a pyro, and I don't really know. Like, these fights are so back and forth. These games are so back and forth. We haven't gotten any objectives on the crew. We're about to get our first one. Here comes. Woo! There we go. A small win, but a win nonetheless.
But Thicla Quick jumps in. I think he's just looking to slap box. He doesn't really have any reinforcements, but the crew are waiting for Thicla Quick to walk up. Great stun from Hu Yi. Forces the jump from Thicla Quick, and that's exactly how I thought it would go down. He might have tried to bite off a little bit more than he could chew. Thankfully, he spit it out just in time.
Oh, it's kind of a gross image.
Yeah, it was not that serious, bro. It's just play by play. You don't need to completely put everything in your head.
You're painting a picture for me right now. Every time you say something, I'm seeing fields of flowers. I'll be honest, or you know, in this case, somebody chewing something up and spitting it out. But aside from that,
Gross.
we're got another pause going on. Is this the second pause? I don't know who's by the enemy team. CP0 pausing. Something's going on. It is patch, or is it patch day, or is it the day after the patch? No, it's patch day.
Day after patch day.
No, we patch on Tuesdays now.
Oh, right. This is patch day. You're completely correct.
Yeah. So we could see any number of issues with. I know people have been crashing. They've been lagging a little bit. Hey, we're gonna get a couple pauses probably. Oh, we got a Heartward Charm on Yamoja. How does that work?
Wasn't that a banned item for a little while? Is that still banned? I'm gonna double check that one right now.
Was a banned item on Yamoja because it made her abilities cost half mana or half Omi. So I don't know. I mean, maybe they fixed it. I hope they fixed it.
It's wild to see when you look at the banned content list in the Discord server. It's just like a whole page, like my whole screen almost. It's like just text. That's wild,
Smite
but we're
2 is a
unpaused.
true beta.
A true beta. We're gonna be here for years, folks. It's gonna be 2028. People are gonna be
We'll
playing
still be
Predecessor
fixing
2
Morgan
already.
bugs.
We're still going to be fixing Morgan bugs. It's all right. It's all right. We got very highly dedicated employees up at the office. No need to be disrespectful there. They're doing their best, and the game goes on regardless.
I wouldn't want to be in their shoes.
The crew and CP0 are duking it out neck and neck at the 30-minute mark. 4 kills on the side of the crew, but Cyberpunk Otters have a 3K gold lead above their opponents. It's hard to decide who the real winner is just yet.
It feels like CP0 doesn't even have a gold lead, but it really is like we've just got some kind of situation here where a 3K gold lead isn't even showing itself, it feels like. It's just, hey, we got 3K more gold. I mean, what can you do? I don't know. Apparently not much, but on the back of an Odin or a Hunrats ult, as we just saw in the last team fight, it could do a lot. So we just got to play to our win conditions, and as it shows, CP0 is very grouped up, looking for a pick, or even a big engage.
This seems like a lot of tomfoolery, right? A lot of nonsense going on. Both teams are having trouble really getting towards these big objectives. Fire Giant just now getting ripped for the first time with the 30-minute mark, but Cyberpunk Otters are going to go for it. Crush Seas yet again is here, but he showed face a tad bit early. Does get a little bit of poke, but he's still okay. But Cyberpunk Otters dropped the Fire Giant?
Maybe just looking to bait them in here for a big Odin ult or something.
Yeah, I mean, they're looking for that big engage, but I don't know exactly how they find it. That wind sprite is still up, so maybe Odin could use that to find a random cage. I don't know. Both teams are kind of just like standing here.
Yeah, we're dancing, we're hanging out, we're being friends. Can't really find a kill one way or another. Reaper is getting some good damage in, but is it really just it's not really sticking that much. There's just a big Odin shield, and there's a shield gone, and we're back to 0.
Shout out Narwhal. Heals and shields, baby. Heals and shields. There's no poking down a Yamoja, right? It just spam the 2 and everything happens. Wait a minute. Khalil's jumping in. Fear no evil. And it's going to force a dash out from Reaper. Massive damage from Biohazard. Able to hit 4 and just nuke down health bars. Odin Cage is out, but they're going to put pressure onto Reaper. Killjoy takes down Kazar on the side. Rivers of Buke is out, and Reaper's in big trouble. He's down to 200 health, but he's able to dash it out and hit the escape button. Christie's still here, putting out massive damage. Zerv is able to take down Killjoy in the backline. Narwhal is in a bit of trouble. So is Killjoy. Wait a minute. Thick Liquid down to 200 health. Christie's hits the Sunder. There's no way that finds the kill, bro. That was a crazy Sunder. That was a wild one. Sunder, Chris. Hey, that's the first one he hit this game. Khalil is trying to find an escape route through the side lane on solo side. Zerv still chasing him down. Massive somersault followed by the wind sprite. There's no way the Wukong chases this, right? There's no way he gets there. Even with the bird form, I don't think he finds this. Khalil uses somersault yet again, and that seems like an inevitable chase.
And at the end of the day, what was it? 2 for 1? None of these teams seem to be able to find this like really solid ground that lets them really commit to a Fire Giant call. But it's very even. And I mean, the Monkey's doing a lot of work, but it is starting to get later in the game. And that lead is starting to matter less and less, even if he is just tearing things apart. Especially bullying McTick Liquid's blue buff.
But the Odin Cage is out, gonna force the ultimate away from Wukong, hops into the air, lands back down, finds some safe distance, and gets back to safety as a couple members of the crew on the left side ripping Ancient Fury away from Cyberpunk Otters.
Call.
This could be their first goal of the game, and Cyberpunk Otters are nonetheless knowing.
Yeah, it just looks like a guaranteed Gold Fury. I'm curious to see if the crew will try to beeline to the Fire Giant after it announces this, but the crew is ready for that possibility, and it's just a free Ancient Fury. That's going to really close the gap on the gold here. Look at that, 2,000 immediately. From 80,000 to 82,000, we are only 1K down now. The crew's really, really starting to catch back up, and it's getting kind of sketchy.
Cyberpunk Otters walk away from the Fire Giant. I hate, and there were a couple members of the crew there. But we got to make something happen here, folks. Nobody wins this game if you don't do something, right? We got to find that engage, and it's hard for both teams to find some type of opportunity. I mean, it's pretty much as soon as Biohazard presses 4, everybody just goes back to base, unless there's a fight that follows. So it's about saving that Nuwa ult. It's about finding the perfect opportune engage, and it's, again, a lot easier said than done. Is maybe we see something from Mental Booming chasing down Narwhal in middle lane, but Narwhal is able to back things up.
Pyro call here, just trying to force something out.
Oh my god, Thicklequick trying to steal away. That Pyro is still sitting at about half health. Odin Cage is out trying to lock down Mental Booming. Rivers of Buke as well. Fear No Evil in the backline. Khalil looking for some kills. Killjoy is able to take down Reaper, and that's 2 bodies down on the side of the crew so far. Thicklequick in the grave as well. Biohazard takes down Kazar, and Krusty's using the belly flop to try and get out of there. Great knock up from Zerv. Is getting chased away by the rest of the Cyberpunk Otters. He's going to jump into the air and land back down, get a bit of health in the process, and the crew have successfully retreated, but Cyberpunk Otters have a whole map to themselves. What do?
This should absolutely be a fire call, I think. I mean, we didn't lose our ADC. He's still here. He's ready to go. Yep, absolutely. We were just talking about how neither team could really find a foothold to do this fire call, but just as we were saying it, there it goes. Big fight, broken out. I think unless Krusty's can get a crazy Sunder, I think this is absolutely going the way of CP0. No doubt. No doubt in my mind.
Come on, Krusty's. I'm on your
Come on,
side. Belly flop in. 4K health, 3K.
Got the
Come
Sunder.
on, Krusty's. You got Sunder for a reason, big dog. Krusty's able to get it. He's able to Sunder it away. Good Lord, Krusty's. Krusty's. In Krusty's we trust, man. I don't even care. He might have given up the kill there. I don't even care. He got Sunder for a reason, and that right there, to steal that from the hands of Cyberpunk Outers right in their faces as well. Imagine, you just sat down at a table with your hot date and somebody just walks up and spits in your food. That's Krusty's nuts right there. That is a demon.
I thought you were gonna say Sunder's your date. I don't know what that would have implied, but no. Wow, every single Sunder from this whole game was just a ruse. It was baiting them in. They didn't know that Krusty's had it in him, and Krusty's showed them that when it matters most, that's my objective. And you know what? We may have only gotten Fire Giant on the Sun Wukong, but by God, does that feel like a good moral victory?
Yeah, it does. That's probably the best thing they could have done so far, but that doesn't stop Cyberpunk Otters from pushing up as they're able to find the tier 2 in middle and the solo side, and they use the Whirlpool to get out of harm's way. That's a lot of gold for their pockets, though. 2 towers is definitely nothing to wag your tail at, and the dagger sits in the hands of Killjoy.
Yeah, it's getting really, it just flipped the script on crew so hard right here. Even though we stole the Fire Giant, we got all the tier 2 towers down. That means one Phoenix getting taken can just spell the end of the game. One bad team fight in front of your objectives or in front of the Phoenix can just be the end of the game. Maybe we could get a Gold Fury, but we don't really want to lose a Gold Fury is the best we can do, because if CP0 gets this Gold Fury, all those Phoenixes might as well just be cosmetic. I mean, we can just walk right in there and just kill it. So we've got the 3 Gold Fury bonus with the true damage, and with the Phoenixes just basically stunned. So I think this is gonna be the game-defining team fight for this game here.
Ancient Fury's up. Both teams posturing around the Fury. Khalil a tad bit out of position, but returning back to his friends, and all 5 members of both sides are here awaiting an opportune moment. On one hand, the crew could really benefit from getting this gold. They've only gotten one so far. On the other hand, Cyberpunk Otters can't give up another objective like they just did with the Fire Giant. A lot at hand here, and a lot can go down in such quick time.
Just in a very, very careful neutral state here. Checking each other out, seeing who might get caught. A lot of people like to favor the Medjais lately, which I've noticed, which does make it a lot harder for these types of pick comps that CC you and just blow you up from range. Makes it a lot more difficult for people to go. New ult.
The rip is out. Here it comes. The crew got a bit of damage on that Ancient Fury, but they're going to drop in to let it heal back up. I think they were just trying to bait that engage, but they didn't exactly bait it away. A couple low health bars on the side of the crew, but thanks to Narwhal, nobody's low on the side of Cyberpunk Otters. So I don't know exactly how this poke game is going to go. Zerv's going to need to hit a couple more cudgels before they really find an in. On the other hand, Biohazard doesn't have an ult. There's no Nuwa big 4 button that melts health bars available for a good amount of time. And also that's her escape button. So Biohazard could be the goal right here for them to find an engage on, as the crew find themselves spread out just a tad and CPO grouping up a little bit.
Would be a pretty good and a pretty easy pick for them to do if if Biohazard is caught out. But look at how far behind that Nuwa is sitting, way back, just throwing out fogs. Totally content to just be an ult bot. And I mean, an ult bot is an impactful thing when you're playing Nuwa. I mean, it basically forces you off the objective, but now that we've picked it back up, a fight might be brewing.
The crew really ripping it this time. 4 Sunders online, 2 on each side. Krusties jumps in with the belly flop. We might be really unfolding this fight from here. Krusties, Kazar now backing things up, and Zerv maintaining the aggro from the Ancient, but the crew drop it, and we're back to neutral state.
We're picking it back up.
Okay, Cyberpunk Otters this time getting a bit of damage on, and they're ripping it pretty fast, actually. You know what? Maybe Krusties walks up and takes another one. Krusties, this is your moment right here. In Krusties, we trust, man. Come on, hit the stun. Sunbreaker's out, does massive damage. Who's going to take this away? Quick secures it for Cyberpunk Otters and the crew. Now on the escape, they realize that was their moment. They just fumbled the ball, and Fear No Evil's out, chasing down the remainder of the crew. Khalil is able to find a kill. So is Dr. Killjoy. 2 bodies dead for the crew, and CB0 looking for a third. But Reaper finds Khalil in the process? No way. That's 1 body down for Cyberpunk Otters, but that doesn't stop their push up middle. Where do they go from here?
2 for 1. Losing the 100 bats does hurt, but this is a potential game-ending push here. If they get one more pick, it could very easily spell the doom for the crew here. So curious to see how this fight turns out as McThick starts tanking the disabled Phoenix. Agni dropping bombs.
Left bird down. And
looks like we're just going to play it safe.
On the retreat. They don't want to fight this anymore.
Oh!
They found one. Wait a minute. Feels the love turning this back around. Stampede as well. Wait, Killjoy's out, but Thickliquake's in. He's all by himself. The Odin Cage is here. Krusties misses the belly flop. What is this, Crete? What is going on here? What in the world? But Kazar's able to find the sun, and Thickliquake's dead. That was super miscoordinated. I think that could have went absolutely crazy if they would have talked that through a little bit more.
Yeah, I would imagine that if Killjoy just gave McThick a little bit more of a heads up, that could have been a lot of a very, very scary pick for crew there. That could have went badly really quickly, but thankfully we only lose our 1 and 6 Odin, so it's not the end of the world, but it does hurt. It does hurt for sure to be 4v5 with the Fire Giant up.
Okay, 40 minutes in. This is going to be a
40
long
minutes.
set.
Good lord.
Just know, for anyone looking to cast Babylon Smite League games, you are in for a long haul. This is going to be a very long and fruitful effort nonetheless. We're 41 minutes in, and we've only had 1 bird taken this entire game. Good lord.
This is something else. I mean, you'd think we'd be able to get some big team fights going, but it's always just been little tiny. We're clawing our lead apart, which, you know, that means the teams, they're very, very well balanced, very well matched, I think. Despite the KDAs on either side, and despite the gold lead, we've reached like this ultra late game state where we are just purely even, and it is just who can execute their game plan first. And I think I like big circles in these types of situations. Big circles never fail. You can't miss a big circle so long as you're in the general area, and that's what I want to see. I want to see a big Cupid ult, big Hunbats ult here, or on the side of the crew, I'd really like to see some kind of big engage on the behalf of Bacchus or the Agni. Just find a pick, blow them up. That's all you gotta do.
Here we are, 42 in. There's a lot on the line here, folks. There's a lot on the line as CP0 need to try and find their perfect engage to really win this game, but the crew need to keep their distance and poke away at what's left of the Cyberpunk Otters to try and find something here. But wait a minute, Krusties might have been off a little bit more than he could chew. Looking for the belly flop. Sunbreaker's out. So is a Fear No Evil. And Tsukiyomi just going crazy on the back line. Kai's able to find Kazar. That's 1 body down for crew. Wait a minute, there's so many low health bars on the side of Cyberpunk Otters. Reapa's able to find Thickliquake. Rivers of Buke is out, looking to save his friends. Reapa's diving deep into the backline, but the damage from Kai is too much to handle. Reapa's taken down. 3 bodies down for the crew, and CP0 walk forward, looking to finally put an end to this game. Talisman of Purification is out, but will that save the life of his friend? No, it won't. Triple kill for Kai, and Cyberpunk Otters might be putting the final nail in this coffin right here, right now.
We've got 40 seconds on the clock for this big power play. Krusty's Nuts has to pull another miracle. It might involve Sunder, it might not. We'll have to see how that goes. We're bombing the door, opening up the map, getting those cooldowns working for us, going through the mid lane. I think we're just going straight for the Titan. I mean, Phoenix is coming up soon, but if you keep that Titan aggroed, it doesn't matter how alive the Phoenixes are. Just dropping quickly. The right is on the wall.
Man. That thing is dead. Krusty's might join his friends in the grave, but before he can, the Titan is slain, and game 1 of the set is going to go to the Cyberpunk Otters.
Wow, I mean, really well played from both teams, but Cyberpunk Otters just picked a very easy, very strong draft that's just going to work for you the whole game. It's just going to be big circles, fight together, see what happens, kill whoever gets caught in it, you know? I would like to kind of look at these curios here. A lot of people, we got the Yaller Flare on the Bacchus, and then just Vision Wards all the way down. But if you look on the other side, we have got Heimdaller's Sight on everybody, and that is very potent. That just reveals, if you know the sweeper from League, it reveals an area, and you can just hit the wards inside of it. So it's basically you turn yourself into a Sentry Ward for a little bit. Dr. Killjoy did pick up the new item, Rip Talon. I think this item is insanely strong, and I think it's like a really early purchase, personally. Hey, I mean, I'm not an ADC player, but it just looks nasty. I'm just saying. Biohazard, of course, top damage on the Nuwa. 34 wards, as our Eye in the Sky Asinus points out. That's that, oh gosh, what was the name of that item, Mort? I keep forgetting. The ward item. There we go. I have Providence. I will never build this item ever because I don't play support.
In the wise words of Biohazard, 4-button fun. That being said, folks, that is the end of game 1, but this is a best of 3, so we've got more on the horizon, but we're going to take a quick break before we get there, but do not go anywhere. We will be right back. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Babylon Smite League. We're here live with Game 2 of the set between the crew and Cyberpunk Otters. This is Morty on the mic, joined by Impin with me here in the booth. And how we feeling after that banger of a Game 1?
Oh my goodness, it was long, but it was a great game. I've never seen a game go that way, like where the team that was ahead that has been ahead the entire game was like losing every fights and they were somehow still maintaining like a 3k gold lead. So like the crew played really well. CB0 played very well, and we banned the Yemoja. We're like that Yemoja was a problem. Which it kind of was. Narwhal was looking really good on it and was just hitting those moon strikes. I mean, even stole a pyromancer with it. Ares ban, Wukong ban. That Wukong was a problem as well. So glad to see these players not like ego, ego not banning something. They're just like, oh yeah, we gotta respect that. That was really good. Get out of here.
Yeah, and that's really how picks and bans can affect, or Game 1 can affect picks and bans going into Game 2, is you see these players just absolutely go crazy on some of these gods, and that's going to cause the Wukong ban that we see right now, the Yemoja ban from Narwhal. That's a huge one, because maybe Crusties isn't too comfortable on Yemoja, and that's a-okay. Maybe you just want to slam the Bacchus. Maybe Crusties is just a Bacchus enjoyer, and I can't disrespect that.
Yeah, I mean, who doesn't like a good Bacchus game? Flop on him, hit him with the meat stick, just gone. Love
Right.
it. I hope that we aren't going to see a Xbalanque ban. I want to see Xbalanque so bad. So bad. Even though the ult is broken right now. No! He was
And
banned apparently. We don't have the graphic for it right now, but Xbalanque banned away, and now it is the crew's turn to first pick, correct? I think so. Yep.
and Ooh, this is spicy. This is different. I think maybe like 2, 3 months ago, this would have been like, oh yeah, that makes sense. That 100% makes sense. But with the meta moving around as much as it has, this now feels a little bit different.
Yeah, I mean, Mordred does synergize really well with the lifesteal build that's running around right now and the Devos, but first pick is surprising. And I mean, if they think that that's going to be impactful first pick, I mean, Zerv really showed up last game, and Mordred is the type of character that can just solo carry the mid game, like just no problem. So if we want to have a repeat from that Wukong performance, I think Mordred's the perfect. And
Oh,
Aladdin. Oh, oh, I'm sitting up. I'm sitting up. My posture is getting corrected. I'm locked in.
all right, folks. We're about to see an Aladdin game in Babylon Smite League. This might be an hour-long game. This is I'm
No.
so here for it though. I'm so here for it because low key I do know mental booming. I don't know why I said low key. Dude, you know what? I feel like I just say weird stuff like that because I feel comfortable with you, Imp, and like I feel like this is like I feel a little bit less professional, not just because of like the setting that we're in, but also because it's like two bros like sitting here talking it out. Dude, this is like Aladdin is here with mental booming controlling the ship. That's lit. This is probably the coolest thing I've heard in a minute. And then you have an amazing engage from the Mordred ult. You've got the Dharmic Pillars to do a little bit of prot shred and some decent damage as well, or that could be aspect of the Triumphant. And we see Ganesh go absolutely crazy in solo lane. Dude, I don't even know what's happening right now.
Ganesh, really good pickup into Tsukiyomi as well. Just shuts down the stun and everything. You can't cast, you can't do anything. Basically, just a melee character that has no abilities when he's silenced. So that is what silence does. I don't know why I'm saying that, but Baron and Odin locked in. We really liked our comp from game one. We got the big circles, and we're going back to big circles and walls.
And you know
Very
what?
interested.
This Baron pick, it feels right for Narwhal because Narwhal was using Emoja last game, felt very comfortable on the Emoja, so much to a point where it was target banned away from Narwhal. But think about how Emoja is more of a backline support, right? You kind of like hang out with your carries back there, maintain distance, but set up engages when you can. And I think Baron has a lot of the same positioning patterns as a Emoja does, right?
Yeah, you can't position really far forward on the Baron, or else you are going to get picked out so easily. But on the flip side, you have a really powerful team fight ult. You got a really powerful passive that reduces damage taken to you. You've got really good utility and a lot of healing, whether it's for yourself or for enemies. And if you go aspect, it's a lot of damage on top of that. So I think that does kind of fit the bill, like you're saying. Like they are kind of very similar in support, and Narwhal seems to be comfortable like this. The crew did get a lot of their comforts, it seems, with the Hou Yi, the Hun Bats. We're just spice it up a little bit with the Aladdin over the Tsukiyomi. Whereas Cyberpunk Otters was like, oh, we like that Tsukiyomi. That's ours now. Thank you.
Mhm. You know what? I feel
Kali.
like
Ooh.
Tsukiyomi is also kind of a relic forcer, right? How Odin is going to force the
You're
Phantom
right.
Shell, right? Tsukiyomi also forces the Aegis because you can't bead the Tsukiyomi ult. That's just how it is. You can't. You have to use the Aegis if you want to get away from Suki's ult. So there's a lot of different, and then you got Cupid who's going to try and force the beads. There's a lot to love about the variety that Cyberpunk Otters have on their team as far as relics. Forcing relics, but when it comes down to team fights, how does this team thrive? What do they succeed at?
You make a very fantastic point on that, by the way. The whole fact that like all their characters are countered by different types of CC. That's a great point to push to point out. And I mean, the CP0 team, it is a very classic, like, oh wait, we're gonna scale late game, we're gonna team fight. It's just gonna be total chaos on their side. I mean, Odin's gonna be breaking up the team fight, Baron's gonna be pulling you this way, Kali's gonna be fighting you on the side, Cuba's gonna be throwing down fields of love. It's just gonna be a really hectic team fight for the CP0 side. And then on the side of the crew, you got your big circle in Hunbats, that's your great engage, and then you got your secondary engage with follow up with the Ganesh ult and the knockup, and then you just got big dive in the form of Aladdin and Mordred. And I think a lot of this crew's team is going to depend on how well Reaper can perform on this Aladdin late game, and how well Khazar can get past this wall. But that aside, I mean, I think it's going to be another 40-minute banger, Mord, I gotta say.
You know what I just realized too is that I spent 45 minutes the last game saying Khalil. It's Kai. That's 3 eyes.
So I was gonna ask you that. I was like, is it Khalil? Am I missing out on something? I thought it was Cam, but maybe it is Kai. I don't know.
Kai on the Cali. That's going to be fun to say. Thanks, guys. So
The
here we are.
Kylie.
We're creeping into game 2 of the set between the crew and Cyberpunk Otters. And Cyberpunk Otters walked away with game 1, but the crew have a chance to maybe try and reverse sweep this. That might be a bit of an underdog situation. But you know what? I love to see these crazy things unfold as Krusty's walking forward a little bit. You know what? I think this is an interesting pickup for Krusty's, who is, we saw Bacchus last game and Krusty's felt comfortable. He really wanted to walk forward, hit knockups, throw out CC, but Ganesh is a bit more of a backline support, right?
I mean, you wait for the perfect moment to engage on Ganesh. You want to just find that box, and you just want to jump on them. And then they can't move outside the box. They walk outside, they're slowed while they're getting silenced, and all their prots are gone. Like, other than that, you're just looking to peel off this backline. Somebody jumps on you, like, Tsukiyomi, you press forward. What do you do on Tsukiyomi if the Ganesh is on top of you? Nothing. You're not casting your 2, you're not casting your 1, you're not casting your 3. You're only throwing out those little shurikens if you get a kill. So the Ganesh just completely nullifies the dive of CP0. And it's going to be hard to perform on the Tsukiyomi, I think, unless we get a lot of kills here in the early game. As for the rest, I mean, we've got the Hou-Yi, we've got the Cupid matchup. We already know how that goes. Mordred into the Odin. I feel like Mordred's going to have to be winning that one, especially with the early axe on top of the Bluestone there, whereas McThick went for more sustained. I just think the early fights are going to go the way of Mordred, especially, I don't know if you knew this, but Mordred 1 can hit for like 200 damage level 1 for some reason, so,
Nice.
whatever that's about. But hey, another slow start to another 40-minute banger. I can't wait.
Dude, I don't want to. Don't tell me that just yet. We've got a lot of time to get there before we're there. I really want to invest in some type of early game potential. But I mean, you are correct in the aspect that there's a lot of late game gods here. Aladdin, Mordred, Kali. There's a lot of late game to invest in.
Yeah, and I mean, you've got the hyper carries on both sides, right? I mean, you've got the Aladdin on one side, the Kali on the other side. It is going to be legit. I think we are just going to be farming until we hit our like level 17s or level 18s and we start to group. Unless Aladdin or Kali can get a lot of really early kills and sort of accelerate their game plan here and try to get to late game a little bit faster, it's going to be a long one. And I think both teams do benefit from playing a long fight. I mean, both teams scale incredibly well. And I think the early game is just going to be about like, okay, where can we find an opening? Like maybe, nope, he just stole the buff. Oh.
And so Booming walks forward, looking for a piece of Biohazard, who is getting pieced up in quick time. Reaper is able to dash forward and find the kill. That's first blood for the crew. And I might have
On
taken me a second to
Aladdin.
realize that's, yeah, on Aladdin too. Dude, this is an assassin versus assassin mid lane. Isn't that crazy?
And we actually see, you're right. We actually see the Sands of Time, but then we're going into the Hydras, so he wants like a lot of cooldown. It looks like just spamming out those the poke and the damage. Very interesting start. You don't see like a Warrior's Axe or a Bluestone or anything like that. You go for the Sands of Time. That's a lot of mana sustain. That's a lot of cooldown late game as well. So I mean, very interesting. The assassins, Aladdin using the Bluestone just for a little bit of extra pressure.
Mental booming.
Fight going on.
Jumps in, somersaults out though, not looking for too much there because there's 3 on the side of Cyberpunk and only 2 for the crew. So they're going to drop those firebrands and not decide on that fight because it's not going to work out in their favor. As Reaper walks forward, maybe looking for a steal on the red buff. I don't think he's going to be able to find it. One thing I just realized though, this is Aspect Baron from Narwhal. Do you think the Aspect of Asteria really makes that big of a difference? Is that really going to help out?
I do think. Oh, well, hold up 1 second here. I'll answer that in a second as we got a fight breaking out.
No way. Aladdin lamps out. Biohazard is locked down and joining his friend in the lamp. Here comes Mental Booming, and Biohazard might be put to toxic waste as Acufit does massive damage, followed by the dash, and Biohazard's dead. Amazing lamp there, and the fight continues to unfold, but Mental Booming's just going to dash out, and Reaper stares at the body he just put on the floor.
You are feeling so good if you're Reaper right now. Getting 2 kills early game as an Aladdin mid, no less, that is going to feel really good. He's going to go back. He's going to get his full item. He's going to be really, really strong here. And I mean, back to the Baron conversation just real quick. The Aspect, it does feel really good out of support. I feel like the team heal, it's kind of whatever. The damage you get from the Aspect is just, it hurts a lot. And I mean, the #1 like progenitor of weird supports I feel is King Bop Bop, and he does it, so I trust his opinion over anybody else's right now. So
in Bop Bop we trust. I used to say Crusties we trust, but Crusties might be getting picked up as Life of the Party does massive damage, but the Sunbreaker does damage to Narwhal as well, who falls to Kazar. Both supports dead on each side. That's 1 for 1 here in duo.
How quickly the Ho Yi's ult damage ticks up. Like, you never really sit in all of it, so you never really realize how much damage that thing does, but oh my gosh, just ate the whole thing for almost 600 damage. Odin getting pressured out.
And solo side, but looks like Thick Quick is going to jump onto that tower and head back to base, and no kill found there. But Mental Booming showing back up here in middle lane. Aladdin jumps in, maybe looking for a lamp. He just got it off cooldown. That would have been a pretty nice ult right there if he could have slammed it, but it was a tad bit late on the cooldown. What is going on at that mid camp?
Scorpion was doing a little bit of a breakdance. I don't know.
That was crazy.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the items over here, the Aladdin's actually went a Crusher, which is like a very, very aggressive like early game start. It's gonna be like a lot less mana sustain. He can't stay on the map as long as he would if he had the Hydras, but that's gonna hurt. That's gonna hurt a lot. And getting it this early, as we get a gank going in solo.
Warded ult takes him for a ride. Fear no evil in response. Odin Cage is out, but he can't even escape his own cage before he falls to the floor, and Thickly Quick is dead. Another kill for the crew, and a bit of dual lane action happening as well, but I don't think Kazar finds a kill considering he's outnumbered.
This mid jungle duo is putting out a lot of pressure, which is not something you would expect out of an Aladdin, but like it's already looking really good for the crew as Kazar is trying to take back the gold.
Gold Fury is at half health. It's getting dropped slowly but surely. Sunbreaker forced out from Kazar. Both teams posturing around this Fury. Neither team really wants to maintain the aggro, but no team wants to really maintain the siege as well. So they do a bit of an awkward song and dance by this Gold Fury. Mental Booming might jump in from the 3. There is not a Fear No Evil online, but Mordred TPing in from the side. Darmy Pillars is out, followed by the Fields of
Narwhal.
No way, Narwhal takes that Gold Fury away, because Zar's going to find the kill on Kai, and the crew chase after what's left of Cyberpunk Otters. Look at the backside, Zar's looking for a kill. He doesn't have an ult. He does have an ult, though, but the Heart Bomb does the stun. Life at the Party might be looking for a pick on Zerb. He's able to get him into the tower, and the tower shots might take him down. No, it doesn't. Zerb's very low on health, but not quite dead, and Narwhal having to back things up. Thick is not able to find the damage needed in order to find a kill in response. The crew bit off a little bit more than they could chew, and Zerv almost paid for it.
I mean, even with the solo lane rotations here, like it's looking pretty good for CP0. I mean, there is a 4-kill deficit, but CP0 is still, as per the pattern of last game, just a little bit ahead, just a teeny bit at least, which is kind of surprising with how many kills on the map. But that Gold Fury is doing a lot of work with that. honestly, I wasn't expecting such a big fight to break out this early in the game over the Gold Fury, but hey, what are you gonna do? They go for it. We gotta go for it.
There's a lot of pressure on that gold, man. I mean, it can really, it might not have seemed like it after how last game went down, but it can really make a difference as Narwhal tries to find a flank on Gazar, does force the dash, and the damage from the consigned spirits does so much, and Gazar is dropped in quick time. Another kill for the Cyberpunk Otters. Good lord, I was sleeping.
It's a lot of damage. A lot of damage coming out, especially if it picks up a Chronos Pendant. Like, even a little bit of intelligence scaling just adds up to so much.
And able to find a kill here in the Firebrand pit as well. Down goes Tickla Quick. Another one for Mental Booming, who's now 2-0-3. That's a great place to be for a Hunbats.
I mean, especially, like, you can see Hunbats really, like I said it last game, you can see Hunbats really take off in the jungle, especially if he gets a couple more kills. Like, Hunbats, you wouldn't think of him as like a heavy scaling jungler, but I mean, I don't know why. He just kind of, you get that Oathsworn Spear second item, you start cranking. It starts, his two start hitting real hard.
As we're almost 10 minutes into this game, 6 kills on the side of the crew and 2 for Cyberpunk Otters. This is a tad bit more of an aggressive start than what we saw last game, and I think the crew feel more comfortable with their picks going forward. It's really showing.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of interesting. They put they put Mythic. They're like, Mythic, you're the Odin merchant here. Didn't go well last game, but I mean, the late game just paid right off. So it seems like CP0 is fine to concede the early game because they seem to just be farming just a little bit better than the crew is capable of right now. And we're just like, okay, I mean, we're gonna lose the early game, but our late game and our team fights are gonna really make up for it. I feel like we're seeing some definite interesting strategies coming out here. And I just got so distracted. I realized Tsukiyomi is double stacking. Stampede dropped. We're chasing Kazar.
I don't think we find anything here, though. That Huyi dash just covers so much distance, and Krusty's just a little bit too late, forced to use the trample to get to safety under that tier 1 tower, and the rotation from Kai isn't going to matter, but the rotation from Booming here in solo is going to end up with a kill. Thickla Quick is dropped in quick time. Very, very quick indeed, and another kill for Mental Booming, 3-0-3. This monster is not going to be stopped.
Booming is really showing up this game. I mean, they played really good last game, but the Hunbats, they just seem to be so at home on them, and it's really showing. Like, wow, 3-0-3, 6 out of 7 kill participation in this game. Like, and Mythic can't even get any ground to stand on because the monkey's there. He's shaking it apart. He's trembling it with his ult and all that. Like, I don't know. It's definitely a hard spot to be in as a solo laner. A lot of junglers, they don't like to camp the solo, but I mean, the solo camp can be pretty effective. Not gonna lie, especially if you have a Mordred. Ooh.
Especially if you have
Speaking of solo camp.
But look at Kai showing up to Zerv, looking for a kill, trying to take down the monster known as Mordred, but the Mordred dash might save his life. He's trying to dash through and put on the juke shoes. Mordred ults out, and that's going to get him to safety. There he goes, back to the tier 1 tower and to the safety of his good friend Mental Booming, who does not have the Fear No Evil online, but has a lot of confidence going forward.
Reaper. Oh man. Anyways, the Aladdin here, get a little bit of combat going. I mean, look at how well these guys are doing. You're feeling so good as the Aladdin here. I mean, it's just a total stalemate coming out of mid. You're farming, you're feeling good. Your opponent's kind of down. They're double stacking. They can't put a lot of pressure on you early. As Huyi jumps right out of Cupid ult because of course he does.
Huh? Was that a beast?
Nope.
No, he has Aegis. What?
Nope.
That was weird.
No, Huyi can just jump right out of it.
I forgot about that. Must be a hidden feature put in this update today.
Doesn't touch cripples. He's all good. No, I swear that dash looks into the future a little bit, and it's like, I'm getting out of here.
You know what's interesting too is that we put so much pressure on this first Gold Fury into the game, and neither team has really gravitated towards it since. But maybe this rotation from Zerv from solo looking for Dr. Killjoy might be the answer to that. Here he goes. Now it's getting siege. The crew on the Gold Fury, and CP0 nonetheless knowing of what's going on, but Dr. Killjoy chose face. No, he's gonna walk right
Baron in the
behind.
back.
He doesn't want.
Baron's getting caught.
That. Wait a minute. Oh no, mental booming takes down Narwhal. Fear no evil locks him down, and that's a kill down for CP0. There's no way they contest it now. But look at the front line there. Reaper is putting on a great job. Zerv might have bit off a tad bit more than he could chew. Dr. Killjoy walking forward, and Dr. Killjoy might look to seal this away. The Sunbreaker's out, and there's no way that CP0 can find it into that Gold Fury. Kazar secures it, and they might have lost Zerv in the process, but it's a-okay. A Gold Fury's in their pockets.
They finally have a gold lead over the CP0 here for the crew. They finally pulled it apart, got in there, and they said, we're getting these objectives this time. Even if we're going to commit our solo laner to just 1v9 the team until he's dead, we're getting this objective. And I mean, that's just a good like showcase of how much pressure like Mordred has. Even if he died, like the whole team just taking tons of damage, can't get past him. He's going to kill you if you try to ignore him, so
right. Yeah,
something's going on in mid.
That's fair. A bit of damage going back and forth between Narwhal and Reaper, but Kai's around the corner looking to take down Reaper. Life of the party, looking to get that final bit of damage, and Kai's able to find it. Reaper takes him down. Dharmic Pillars trying to defend Krusty's own life. He's okay. I don't know why he did that. I mean, that's all right. He thought it was necessary, and that's sometimes what needs to happen.
I mean, if you saw there, Kai hit a crazy incense. I think it's just called incense. Incense on the Aladdin dash, which just made him a sitting duck. You throw one more beads in there to dodge the ult, and Aladdin's gone. That god, super hard to kill. He's playing Titanfall 2, an entirely different game. But if you do cancel that Titanfall 2 ability, I mean, there you go.
Look at the stare down here in duo. Kazar hiding in the bush. Kai's here. The Fields of Love is out, but not quite on the mark. Kazar is able to walk out and then jump to safety. And that's good for Kazar. That's fine. He's going to walk towards that purple buff, but Kai's there on the purple as well. As Krusty's might be getting caught out. Good stun there. The overhead smash from Mental Booming. He's here, and the damage is massive, but Kai's not dying today. Yes, he is. Mental Booming able to find that kill. Great silence from Krusty's, but Dr. Killjoy takes down one. Dr. Killjoy looking for another. The Heart Bomb stun does good damage. The Consign Spirit's doing good damage to Krusty's as well, but hiding under the safety of the Tier 1 tower. Reaper rotates in from mid lane. Might be looking for Narwhal.
Nope, just more farm.
Nope. Wait, yeah,
there goes.
And then he died. Okay. I love Aladdin. This is a very fun god. It's invigorating gameplay.
So much fun to play. So much fun to play. But oh,
that is
incredible
stuff. Love where we're at here. 15 minutes in, and there's only 1,000 gold lead for Cyberpunk Otters and 1 Gold Fury on each side. Even though it's a 4-kill lead for the crew, it feels pretty neck and neck still.
It is, and it's like a testament to how well CP0 is farming, because despite all of the crew's efforts, they're getting tons of kills. They're getting objectives this time. They're getting just kills on kills really, but CP0 still just farming just fine. They completely unbothered. As we got a fight brewing.
No way, getting caught out here. Kai jumping in, looking for a pick on Krusty's. He's able to find it thanks to the help of Biohazard as they waltz back towards middle lane and maybe look for another objective. Kazar getting collapsed on there in duo, but he's able to jump over the wall and into the safety of the Tier 1 tower. Reaper by himself as Biohazard and Narwhal surround the Tier 1. And that Gold Fury is coming up here in just a moment. I think Cyberpunk Otters are trying to posture up for it.
And well, it might look like a kind of a slow game from the sky here as we get like our overhead perspective. On the ground, it's definitely going to be a lot more exciting for the players, a lot more tense for the players, I guess I should say. As Reaper goes in.
No way, he's trying to defend this Tier 1, but he does get dropped from his efforts, and the crew now here. Zerv takes down Biohazard in the back line. Narwhal might be next in the chopping block. Mordred takes him for a ride, but what goes up must come down, and down he goes with the crash landing. Zerv able to find a triple kill. Kai's dead. 3 bodies on the floor in the middle lane from Cyberpunk Otters. The crew might have a free Gold Fury here.
Yep, just as the gold spawn and we get a triple kill. Wow, that is Mordred for you. I mean, his mid game is monstrous, and tanks in the mid game, they are #1. So might as well use them while you got them, right? It was looking neck and neck, but we're pulling right ahead as crew. They keep winning the fights. CB0 winning the farm, but the crew keeps winning the fights, and we're looking to contest the Gold Fury here.
No way, Cyberpunk Otters walk up and steal this. Dharmic Pillars is out, so is the Sunbreaker, but Thick Liquid's able to sunder this away. Zarv is taken down. Thick look quick in the process, but you know what? I'd drop my own body for a Gold Fury any day of the week. That is a necessary sacrifice, and Cyberpunk Otters will be thanking you for it. Fields of Love is out trying to lock down Mental Booming, and that they do. The somersault can only take you so far, but Mental Booming is out, and the doctor is in. Killjoy finds one.
That's gotta feel bad. Wow. I mean, McThick, he's sitting happy. He's sitting on the gray screen like, ah, yeah, guys, that's me. I'm him. I'm him. And I mean, you may be 0-3, but that ego totally warranted. I mean, you just stole away the Gold Fury, and it ended up, you know, getting a free call on the Hunbats on top. Like, you're feeling good. You're feeling really good as CP0 right now. It's a good time. I mean, getting that steal, huge emotional victory, especially after the Fire Giant steal that Krusty's got. But it's looking so good. I mean, Killjoy's having a legacy game right now. Like, wow, 5-0 on the ADC. All that Odin has to be is a wall when your ADC is that fed.
Right. That's all you need. I'm cool with that too. If you just need somebody to create an extra obstacle, a little bit more geography for the crew to walk by, that's a-okay. That's more than fine. If Thick Look Quick is just an ult and Sunder bot for the rest of this game, he's doing what he needs to do. He's tanking a little bit here and there, but he's securing objectives, he's creating obstacles, and he got a talisman. Thick is entirely invested in his team. Meanwhile, Zerv on the Mordred is doing something a little bit more contradictory to that. He's looking to try and put the whole team on his back rather than support his team. You know what I mean?
Yeah, this is definitely like the hyper carry Mordred build if you can get it. The Sanguine damage, it's going to be a lot. You're so tanky because Umbral's giving you like 40 of each prot. Devo's doing a ton of damage, scaling up that Umbral damage. It really is like, oh, I'm going to fight, I'm going to press 4 on Mordred, I'm going to heal to full HP, I'm going to have 2 health bars. It's kind of like build your own nemesis at home. As a fight is brewing a mid.
Fear No Evil
Wow.
is going to lock down Narwhal, and that health bar dropped like hot butter on a stovetop. There it goes. It is gone. Oh my God. Dude, Mental Booming is online right now.
6, 2, and 7, looking great. I mean, the ults are on point, the picks are on point, and I mean, as a Baron player,
Mordred finds the ult, and the Odin cage is out, but Zerv quite can't get through. That's a great response there. And for the first time, Thick is able to find safety thanks to the Odin cage. But Kai's around the corner, might be looking for what's left, but so is Mental Booming, not wanting Zerv to get dropped all by his only. Oh my God. Oh, dude.
I thought he was gonna go in there. That was gonna be such a sick play. Oh, but we're pulling up the pyro. I mean, we sent the Odin back, and I mean, why not? Oh, no, are we dropping it? We're dropping it.
Yeah,
not entirely confident in that play. Yeah, I mean,
dude, Narwhal was under it.
Yeah, no, gotta be careful about that Narwhal. Maybe on the Baron, maybe really easy to get picks on the Baron, but I mean, Narwhal's Sunder. It's Narwhal's Sunder. I'm pretty sure I played a game with it. Oh, my bad.
Looking for a piece of Narwhal. Narwhal's going to hit the Consign Spear. It's going to get him out, though. Great beads is going to make sure that Zerv can't quite find the Mordred ult, but the lamp is around the corner, and Narwhal is surely in trouble. And, man, there goes Narwhal. Mental Booming and the rest of the crew showing up to the construction site inside of the Aladdin lamp, and down goes Narwhal.
Another kill for the God King over here. Like, oh, my goodness. This Hunbats is putting in crazy work. I mean, it really, like, both teams have their crazy carries popping off right now. It is a very close game on paper here, but I mean, Mental Booming, as virtue of being the jungler, is just getting a little bit more pressure than somebody like the ADC would. But on the contrary, that Cupid is level 19. He's almost at starter, and that's, I mean, when you've got an ADC that fed, that can really snowball out of control really quickly, especially with the objective play that we are looking at right now. I mean, maybe, I don't know, we're kind of dancing.
Yeah, it
what's
looks
happening.
like maybe a bait. Cyberpunk Otters tried to take that Ancient Fury away, but the crew showed face, and Otters no longer felt comfortable. So we're back to the little song and dance that we love to have around objectives where, no, you do it. No, you do it.
No, you do it. It seems like the crew pulled back a little bit too quickly. They seemed a little bit too confident that CP0 wasn't interested, but no, CP0 just said, oh, you're gone? I guess we'll take it.
Away? Okay, the crew
Cool.
were much more invested in a fight on the right side. Thick is doing a great job of distracting with the Odin cage. Zerv might be getting chased down, but CP0 decided to walk away instead. Maybe go for a fire giant. They've got a pretty decent team fight on their side. And the scoreboard might not represent that, but they might feel confident in these fights. But Zerv looking to press forward. Great silence from Ganesh as well. Forces Odin to jump at the last second, but the Dharmic pillars are surely going to slow him down. And look at Zerv in the back line. Narwhal trying to get away here, and Thick is taken down in quick time. The crew, all 5 members, chasing down Thick and able to find one pick.
Early, we try to bait more off the fire giant call here, I'm sure. Let's see how it goes down. I mean, McThick, for the most part, he's just been where he needed to be. I mean, you look at the slash line, you may be like, oh, this guy's trolling. But, I mean, you can see in these, like, the Gold Fury zone, he's walked up, he's zoning, and he's ready to just die for the team, which is making just a lot of space. I mean, it is not a very visible metric by which to, like, grade his performance, but I think he's doing, honestly, a really good job, especially where the situation is right now. As Hunbats is looking for a pick in the back,
Look at Booming in the back line, forces out the Fear No Evil, and it almost nukes down Biohazard, but Biohazard is able to escape in quick time. Looks like Krusty's is chasing down another member of CP0. Very low on health. Narwhal has nowhere to go, and that's 2 bodies dead in the blink of an eye. Killjoy taken down in the back line as well, and CP0 no longer have any means to try and contest this fire, especially not with Reaper around the corner looking to do stuff anyone that looks at him funny. But we're just going to run out the wall instead. I honestly thought that was going to be like a crazy epic fight, and then Reaper just jumps over walls. That's kind of lame. But here comes the Fire Giant. It is down to 1,000 health. Who's going to secure this away? Booming is going to secure it for the crew. And the dagger in hand of Zerv, but the dagger goes down. Oh. The dagger's on the floor. Who's going to pick it up?
I think he just used it.
Wait, what?
I think he might have accidentally used the dagger too early and ended up killing himself on the Tsukiyomi ult. Just a little bit more and it would have worked, but you know, I thought that Tsukiyomi ult was looking a little bit too bursty for what it was, but
Good lord, the math just wasn't mathing right there, and the Fire Giant in the hands of 3 members of the crew, Mental, Booming, Krusty's, and Kazar, 3 hard hitters on their side nonetheless, and Cyberpunk Otters, they were able to find 2 kills out of it, so not entirely a loss, but yeah, the crew come out on top there.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we get a great pick in the jungle starting out. We baited the Fire Giant. We get a bunch of kills, and we get the Fire Giant. Like I'm feeling good. I'm cheering right now. I'm having a good time. I'm like, ooh, listen to Payphone. On the side of CP0, I mean, we are having some troubles. We finally got the first death on the Cupid, but I mean, this Cupid, I mean, they are level 20. They're very strong. We got our mid laner at level 20. We got the Poly online. We're working on the Rada Tahuti or the Obshard. McThick starting to scale up a lot more with the tankiness as well. It's gonna come down to probably a pretty big late game here. I don't think the crew has enough pressure to really shove down all these tier 2s off of this Fire Giant. I think it's more so they're gonna use it maybe to stabilize, but if CP0 doesn't really grant them a fight, then I don't think the crew is gonna get much value off this Fire Giant. So I think we're gonna head back into a neutral game state, if anything.
And that's fine. I think it's good. I mean, if you need this kind of objective to neutralize here, then that's A-okay. I'm more than fine with that. Whatever you need. And it's also about not just your own game state, but where the enemy team is as well. Taking a fire away from them stops them from maybe grabbing this Ancient Fury that comes up here in just a moment, or the Pyromancer that's sitting up online. Now with Fire Giant buffs in pocket, you have control over these fights. And for a while they've had control. Look at where we're at in the game, 26 minutes in. And the crew have double the kills that Cyberpunk Otters have. It's 20-10, but the gold lead is non-existent.
It is a perplexing situation with you can have twice the number of kills as your opponents, but you guys are even. It's something else going on. As a Pyromancer is getting pulled, it seems that the crew knows though, but maybe they know it was just a bait. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think they really rip that, especially knowing like what the crew are capable of right now. But Mental Booming is in the left side. That's one of their hardest hitters. Maybe Cyberpunk Otters feel comfortable without all 5 members of the crew being here. maybe they just continue to debate the fight because all 5 of Cyberpunk Otters are on this pyro. It is going to be dropped, and Kai's going to secure it. But the fight unfolds from here. Reaper jumps in, looking for a pick on Narwhal. He's able to find it in quick time. The Odin Cage is out of the Sunbreaker as well. Killjoy takes down Reaper, and Krusty's might be next on the chopping block. Great stun from Thick, but he's not able to connect. The silence from Krusty's really helps him out here. Kazar jumps forward. Kai takes down Zerv, and there goes Kai. He's hitting the ult. Kazar's getting chased down. We're putting focus on Krusty's, and Killjoy takes him down. Kazar finds Kai, though. That's 3 bodies down on each side, but Mental Booming's going for the bird on left.
Insane split push. We take the fight, we take the split push, and we come out even. We were down a member, and the crew just said, nah, I'd win, you know, and well, it was sort of just an even trade. I mean, we got a lot of pressure going on here. We got the free the free tier 2 in the left, I believe. I don't quite remember if it was up or not, but we got a good split push going. That's for sure.
27 minutes in.
27.
4 Gold Furies have been ripped so far, 3 in the hands of Cyberpunk Otters, and the crew have a measly 1 so far, but the Ancient Fury is up and awake. The Fire Giant is soon to be up as well. A lot of objectives, a lot of map to be utilized here. Which team is going to take advantage of their surroundings?
It's looking like the crew's kind of scouting out this Gold Fury. They desperately want these extra bonuses because it definitely helps you end the game. Especially with how much they've been winning these fights, it would be crucial to be able to just take out these towers, take out these Phoenixes really easily. Looks like maybe there's a setup coming forward, but it also kind of seems like they're happy just to be sat in neutral space. I mean, the Fire Giant's coming up soon, so it does seem to be like a do or die moment. We're either going for the Gold Free now or we're waiting for the Fire Giant. It seems like they're planning to be waiting. Well, maybe CP0 is looking to pick it up.
Narwhal tanking.
Got a great flank.
The Ancient Fury. Mental Booming's around the corner. He does have Fear No Evil online. Matter of fact, all 10 ultimates are available for this fight. How does this go from here, though? Mental Booming waiting for an opportune moment. Krusty's walks forward, maybe looking for a potential Dharmic Pillars. Cyberpunk Otters on the retreat. Fire Giant buffs have worn off. This could be a very even fight. The Ancient Fury is getting slain by the crew, sitting at about half health, and they have no intentions of dropping it. Cyberpunk Otters not walking forward, not looking to steal this away. Unless Narwhal walks up, maybe hits the Sunder. There he goes. He's walking up, hits the Consigned Spirits, but he can't quite get in range of the Sunder. Kazar secures the Gold Fury. Dharmic Pillars is out, followed by the Fields of Love and Ultimates all across the Gold Fury pit. Killjoy finds 1. Mental Booming finds Kai. Zerv takes down Narwhal. 2 bodies dead so far for Cyberpunk Otters, and Reaper might be looking to make it 3. Chasing down Dr. Killjoy, but the bases from Cupid are hitting hard as hell. Booming takes down Thick in the back line, and that's 3 dead for Cyberpunk Otters. This could be the crew's moment to try and find some objectives.
Fights are such nail biters. It can go so quickly in either team's direction, but crew came out on top and in a pretty dominating way. Definitely interested to see where they take this. I would like to see them to go to like reset and go straight to fire since they still have their ADC alive, or to just commit to the left Phoenix since it's already disabled. But either way, I want to see them make big plays off of this here.
We'll see what happens. Looks like the crew are going to be resetting and utilizing all that gold they just earned from the Ancient Fury and those kills as well. A little more itemization in the pockets of the crew as all 5 members waltz forward towards this Fire Giant. Mental Booming actually splitting off here and maybe looking for a potential pick on that Phoenix if the opportunity presents itself. No, he's actually going to cut across middle, and all 5 will go for this Pyro instead. Maybe waiting for Cyberpunk Otters to show a face around Fire. Maybe they look for more picks there.
Yeah, I mean, at least we're getting something here. You know, we get the bomb, helps with the secure a little bit. It's a good play for sure. And at this point, the whole team has respawned, and we're gonna be looking to probably just bait a fight on Fire instead of actually full commit. But well, I mean, we'll see how this goes. The whole team of CP0 is pulling up. We've got not the greatest secure on either side of the team. It looks like it's probably gonna be bombs or sunders to secure this Fire Giant if they commit to it. McThick is looking for an ult.
1 Sunder up on each side, and a Pyro Bomb up on one side as well. Fire Giant sits at about 8k. Looks like Thick might get caught out here. He's going to jump over the wall. The Fields of Love is out. Going to force the beads away. But more fighting happening from here. Mordred's going to be taking one for a ride, and the Tsukiyomi ult is out as well. Sunbreaker putting a lot of focus on the Fire Giant. Kai going crazy on the backline, but Kazar's going to take him down. 1 body down on each side so far. Thick is in trouble. Reaper dashes forward. So is Mental Booming, looking for a pick on who's left on the backside of Cyberpunk Otters. Narwhal's dead. So is Thick. And that's 3 dead right now. Biohazard and Killjoy extremely low on health, and the crew have the Fire Giant all to themselves.
It's looking like a crew FG here, no problem at all. There's no way they can contest this unless we get a miracle steal from Biohazard here. It's looking all the way for crew. That was a crazy fight. I mean, the whole fight just fell apart so quickly for CP0. The crew just jumping in, guns blazing, and they just had no answer for it. It's a lot of damage, it's a lot of CC, it's a lot of circles, and no steal.
No steal. The dagger is in the hand of Zerv. I feel like I'm saying that wrong, but I don't want to ask it how to say it, so I'm just going to continue to say Zerv.
Zerv. Zyrv.
Yeah. I can't help that Smite players don't know how to spell. I don't know. I can't do anything about that.
As far as I'm concerned, it's Xavier in my head, so I don't know how it's Xavier, but I've just reached there. Good to point out, 33k damage, fake solo lane damage. I mean, what can I say? As a mid laner, as a proud great mid laner, air quotes on great, that's fake solo damage right there. And any solo laner will agree with you. Any goods, I promise you, for sure. If you tell them your damage is fake, you're from solo, don't worry. I'm sure they'll agree with you real quick. But the entire crew team player damage just on top of the CP0. It's just these fights have been working out so well for the crew.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Dude,
yeah,
33,000. Legacy Unknown would be proud, that's for sure. That is some extreme solo lane numbers. And look at how there's 4 members above all 5 of Cyberpunk Otters, and there's a lonely Krusty sitting at the bottom with a measly 6k. That's fine. It's not his job. It's certainly not his job. As Reaper split push is looking for the tier 2 on right side, the rest of the crew looking for the tier 2 in the middle, and they found the middle tier 2, but Reaper might not have that damage online, even though the tier 2 is very low. Kai walks forward, puts a lot of pressure on the wave, and Reaper can't quite find an in. But he does a decent amount of damage to
Kai. Walk in there as the Aladdin. Oh, no, that's just going to happen. There we go.
All right.
All of the tier 2s down. The Ancient Fury is being picked up by the crew over there. They're ready to just siege these Phoenixes. It looks like we got Fire Giant. We're getting this Ancient Fury. It's all about this last fight here. It's going to be grouped under the Phoenix. Do we throw or do we win? And the crew's not been messing up a lot of fights right now, so...
You know what? They still have Fire Giant buffs. There is a dagger still in hand for Zerv. About a minute and a half left on these Fire Giant buffs, so they can grab a Pyro, but they don't have time to reset. They need to walk forward. They need to find something now. All of the stars have aligned here, Empin. There's Ancient Fury debuffs on these Phoenixes. There's Pyro Bombs, 2 of them to be exact. There's daggers, there's Fire Giant buffs. Everything that the crew needs to win this game, they have right now. All they need to do is step forward and do it.
Yeah, outside of getting like a random miracle pick in the jungle, it is just going to be, this is like their best opportunity to get a break of Phoenix and get into that base. Now, will they take it? I don't know. I don't know what's going on here. But, I mean, we are in such a commanding spot. At the very least, we can start farming pots. We can start doing whatever we gotta do. If we can't feel like we can end, I mean, there's so many other ways to just quickly grow our power over these guys. But Reaper just by himself, pushing up in mid lane while the whole team of the crew pushes in left.
Looking for a way in, the crew trying to find a way to break into the base as the minion wave pushes in, and Narwhal might have an answer. Ultimate's online for all 10, but here we go. Fight finally unfolding. There it is. The Dharmic Pillars followed by the Fields of Love and the Odin Cage. Going to force the Xerxes away from Krusties, but no real fight happened from there. Just a lot of ultimate baiting. So we're back to standing. I really thought that was going to be something crazy there.
2 ults blown on the side of CP0 and 1 for the side of crew. Is a very, very pivotal moment in the game. If they do a mistake on this dive, it is so easy to lose the game from this point. But on the other side, if CP0 so much as loses 1 or 2 of their carries, that could just spell the end of the game. So both teams are trying to take it as carefully, as slowly as possible. They're trying to make sure, trying to see maybe Reaper can get in there, try to find a 1v1, or We go right in.
Here we go, life of the party looking for a stun. The Sunbreaker's out as well. Booming takes down Narwhal, and looks like Dick is going crazy on the back line. The Beads is forced out. The Talisman to be exact. Kazar is almost getting melted down, but getting a lot of pressure from Biohazard. Reapa's in, takes down Bio. 3 bodies dead for CP0. Into the lamp we go, and Reapa looks for a 4th all by himself. There goes Kai. 4 dead for CP0. The crew will walk forward and surely slay the Titan.
Now, they don't have their ADC, but, I mean, Aladdin and Mordred can do a lot of damage. They might try to play it safe, and they might try to end off of this. Looks like it might be an end call.
This is
do have the Dharmic pillars.
And it's quick all by himself. The Dharmic's melting down the Titan so fast, down to half health. Thick is dead as well, and there is nothing standing in the way of the crew taking this set to game 3.
Oh my goodness, we get another 40-minute, almost 40-minute banger, and we're going to game 3, hopefully for another epic game, just like that one, back and forth. And wow, I mean, the crew really showed up here. I mean, we were kind of snickering a little bit at the BSL Aladdin pick, but Reapa really showed us that, hey, they know how to play Aladdin, and they didn't have their Curio anymore. Sold their Curio. It's a crutch.
Not needed, man. Dude, I you know what? I invested in the reverse sweep in the beginning of this game, and we might just see it because we're going to game 3. The crew barely walked away with the W here in game 1, but in game 2, the crew come out on top. Now, here's my thought process. Follow me here. Because it took a long time for the crew to end this game. They were in control for a good amount of time. We were at the 20-minute mark, and the crew had double the kills that Cyberpunk Otters had. But it took them forever to end this game. So here's my thought process. If Cyberpunk Otters want to stop this reverse sweep, they need to invest in the late game. They need to heavily invest in the late game. So by the time we get to this point right here, where we're fighting in this very late game stance, I mean, Cyberpunk Otters will have all the means to fight back if they have these late game invested gods. And I think they were kind of on the track right there, because look at Biohazard's build. Double stacking Book of Thoth and Transcendence, that's uncalled for.
That's a lot of power.
Like some Smite 2 alpha gameplay right there. But you know what? It invests in the late game. I think he's on the right track. Let's get the rest of the team on that path and then go for something crazy there. That could be the move to get them to maybe winning this game 3.
Absolutely. I want to see some very aggressive, some very strong front lines. Even if they do scale into the late game really well, I just want something that can at least hold back the floodgates and create a lot more space for when we have a really fed carry like Dr. Killjoy. I mean, this game 3, I think it's going to be really good. Both teams have time to adjust. Both teams know what works. Both teams know what doesn't work. And, I mean, both games have been just so close. So I'm really interested to see the adaptations that they make. But, hey, we got to get to game 3 first.
Well, let's go ahead and get there. But before we get there, we're going to take a quick break, and we will be right back here in just a couple minutes. Yeah.
There's no sense in me saying, then why does it matter? Does it matter? It never matters. Well, someday soon maybe we'll finish this chapter. I can't ever finish this chapter. Now at this moment I don't know what else to think. There's no sense in me staying, I guess I still met you. Everyone that it's so much fun. Say to all your friends, it never ends. While we're driving through all the alleyways, one picks up some happiness on the way. Just because you move your hips doesn't mean that you exist. Just because you move your lips doesn't mean that you exist. Can we just take a fucking break? 'Cause I feel like all you got, not left, not left. I guess I still miss you. Oh, it's me and you. What else should we do? And talking's for functioning people. I guess I still miss you. But talking's for functioning people. I guess I still miss you. You always said we win the lottery someday, so I wouldn't have to go away. I should have known that I had it all along, but I didn't know till you were gone. What they do, function now. Got your nose, jump around.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to BSL the Babylon Smite League. This is Morty on the mic and Empin with me here in the booth. And man, we're about to see episode 3 of the trilogy between Cyberpunk Otters and the crew unfold. What a banger it's been so far.
Oh, and it does feel like I've watched a whole trilogy. Each game taken like second game 2 was almost 40 minutes, game 1 was like 45 minutes. These two teams, I mean, they're locked in. They are both ready to go. They're evenly matched, and there does seem to be a trend that's been coming out. I mean, early game or these fights, crew they dominate, but farming CP0 doing really good, and it's just which is gonna work better, the PVE or the PvP? You know, I'm kind of interested to see these
Mhm.
two different things clash. You know, as we get a Wukong ban, yeah, can't let that through. Zerv, Xavier
Xavier.
is a monster.
Someone tell us how to pronounce it. I think it's Zerv. I'm just gonna keep saying it.
The Mordred band, all these bands. I mean, Zerv. Do we got a third pick, Zerv? Hmm? Big old pick number 3. Second ban is Xbalanque on the cruise side. We don't have the PNG for that right now, but I mean,
We'll just imagine it's
we're
there.
banning out Zerv. Yeah, just imagine there's a Xbalanque there, just grinning ear to ear. Really friendly guy. Gonna hit you with some poison darts, but that's okay. He did it with a
So,
smile.
who are we anticipating to be our first pick for the game?
Not Hou-Yi.
Oh,
Really, I don't even know what to expect from these teams. I mean, the Aladdin looked really good, so I mean, are we gonna take away the Aladdin from Reaper? Do we have somebody who can play Aladdin on CP0? I
that's
don't
a good
know.
point too.
I'm kind of interested. Kind of interested. I mean, last time they first picked the Mordred, they're really comfortable with that. Are we just gonna lock in another solo lane menace? And I think we are. We're locking in not for
Oh,
Zerv this time, but that might be a jungle nemesis. That might be a solo nemesis. But I mean, they did just nerf solo nemesis, so I'm curious to see how that's gonna work out.
yeah. Maybe this goes to Kai. I think that Nemesis plays relatively similar to how Kali does, and Kai felt pretty comfortable on the Kali, so I think that might go to him. But Reaper gets his hands on Aladdin yet again, and Cupid's going to go to Khazar.
And we're taking away the Cupid. We said you can't be playing it 3 games in a row, little bro. We're gonna taking it away. um, Bologna being hovered here. Bologna was banned away all 3 games except for this one, so I'm kind of curious to see how that turns out. Ganesha, I think Ganesha is so good, and hey, lock it in, get that elephant going. It's just the silence, man. Not being able to cast in Smite 2. That's a big thing, especially when fights go down so quickly. Like it's just the
Mm.
fight's over in like 3-4 seconds sometimes.
Now, I do think that the Bologna pick finally getting through will definitely help. It seems like a comfort pick for Thickler Quick. But something I want to point out here, and this is in no way or shape or form disrespect, but last game, their front line, Cyberpunk Otters, combined support and solo were 0 and 20.
0 and
And
20.
that's just how it is. No kills, 20 deaths. And that simply just cannot happen. I mean, you got to live through these fights to make sure that your carry stay alive, right? You've got to be just a tad bit tankier. You need to have a little bit more support on you. You can't just give your life up at every moment and say, I did it for the cause.
Yeah. It seems that our lobby crashed, apparently. New patch moment or something. I don't know. It's going to be remade shortly, I'm sure. I don't know if they're locking in 100% that Kabrakan, but I mean, Kabrakan don't look too bad, especially against, you know, you can run away from the Nemesis pretty convincingly and stuff. So curious to see how that goes. But I mean, you've got such a beefy front line on Cyberpunk Otters. We just really need to see them be effective. Killjoy was doing so much on the Cupid last game, and I mean, you can't really live that convincingly, to be honest,
Right.
without a very strong front line. If your front line is melting, it's really hard to perform a carry's job, especially AD carry, not just mid lane, but
Mhm.
it's difficult. So I definitely want to see. I mean, McThick, quick, show us why the Bologna was banned. You know, the Ganesha very strong, more of a traditional support, a little bit of ways from the Baron, and we looked really good on the Emoja. So definitely curious to see how the Ganesh goes for sure. Although I'm concerned. I'm concerned about the Aladdin getting through again. That was pretty decent.
Yeah. I feel like Reaper performed really well in the Aladdin, which you don't see all the time in these lower level games. And I say lower level, but I mean, this is I do Smite Prime every week, right? So I consider this just a tad bit lower than what I'm used to. I'm not trying to be ego at all, but I don't know. You know, it's a big difference seeing Scream play Aladdin and then seeing Reaper play Aladdin. You know what I mean? But I don't think Reaper was that far off, is what I'm trying to get at. This doesn't feel like, wow, this is a new jungler who's trying to pick up Aladdin and doesn't know how to use wishes and yada yada yada. No, he felt comfortable. He looked good. He was finding picks. He was a good reason why Narwhal had 10 deaths that game. Aladdin knew who to focus.
Yep.
I mean, Reaper was very, very comfortable, knew how to slide in and out of these fights, knew which fights he could and couldn't take, and also knew how to use the advantages of the lamp.
Yeah, and I mean, even if you're not like Scream doing like insane 1v3s and all this crazy stuff, I mean, you can still be a very effective Aladdin just by pressing one and hitting your poke on cooldown. I mean, that was some lethal damage that he was doing with just putting people down to half HP from 10 miles away. So, I mean, if you can get that down on the Aladdin and you can also do your one-shot combo, I mean, really, why is there not when is there not a reason to pick Aladdin? I mean,
Right. Yeah, no, that's a good point. So Aladdin's still in hands for Reaper. Looks like Khazar is finally being forced off of the Hu Yi and onto the Cupid now. And I think that's fine. Even if Khazar isn't the most comfortable on Cupid, this is kind of an ult bot character, right? You can do a lot of damage. You can hit extra CC if you can connect with heart bombs. You can do a lot more. But as long as you just make sure that your passive's up and you hit Fields of Love and hit it in a good, vicinity where it hits multiple enemies on the side of Cyberpunk Otters, then Khazar will do just fine this game.
Yeah. And I mean, especially, I do like pick up the Cupid because I mean, Killjoy has played Cupid very well in the past 2 games, and you can look and you just be like, okay, Killjoy, can you play another character? Can you play it into Cupid? It is sort of like a challenge. Honestly, it feels like just taking away the character you picked the past 2 games, especially first pick as well. So definitely curious to see how that dynamic turns out. I don't know what we're gonna pick. Maybe an On Her, maybe an Artemis. I really like Artemis. New skin. I don't know if that's banned or not, but the new skin's looking real good. So
So, well, this is an interesting place to be at, right? I think that we haven't done enough investing in the setting between Cyberpunk Otters and the crew, right? These have been neck and neck games. To go back a little bit, these have been very, very close, where the gold lead might lay on one side, but the kill lead lays on another. Where these objectives feel like they can be ripped one side or the other at any point in time. These fights feel neck and neck, and it just really goes down to player skill and how even it is right here. I'm looking at these matchups, and while I might not have known a whole lot before going into this, I just saw 2 games that made me realize maybe Solo has a tiny bit of a gap. Otherwise, this feels very, very even.
yeah, I mean, it really is. It's like a battle of the PvP versus the PvE. Like the Cyberpunk Otters, they're farming so well, and the crew, they're fighting so well. And it's I don't know what's gonna win. I mean, we've won game one on either side. I mean, it kind of feels like they're representing their fellow playstyles. Like the opposing playstyles, each just pulling up, seeing how it's gonna happen. I mean, or maybe we'll see a toss up. Maybe we'll see CP0 like with the Bologna and the Ganesha and the Nemesis. I mean, Nemesis, queen of 1v1s, Bologna, pretty good at that too. And, I mean, rally here, come here, teammates, we're going to deathball, kind of deal.
Right.
It is definitely a more aggressive comp they've picked. I'm curious to see, because if CP0 can somehow find this combination of, PvE farming very well as winning these fights, I feel like they're just going to be unstoppable in this set. But if the crew can keep playing their game plan and just have a really good fight, I mean, they're gonna keep doing what they're doing, right? I mean, these guys, they seem to be very good mechanically, and it's something else. It's something else. I love the matchup that I'm seeing. As for picks and bans, I think we're reloading into the lobby. I don't really know the process on that right now, but it's taking a second. We had a big crash, so I assume a bunch of players have to restart their games and stuff.
Yeah, that's just how it goes. That being said, we are going to take a quick break as we're figuring out some of these technical difficulties, but we will be right back in just a moment. Do not go anywhere. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to BSL Babylon Smite League. And we're back. We got the lobby fixed up. We're getting ready to go back into our picks and bans. And as far as I know, everything that's on screen is accurate. This is Morty on the mic. We've got Empin with me here in the booth, and we're back. I don't know what to say.
We're back. Woo! Aren't you happy, chat? Looks like we are locking in that Cabrakan.
Mm.
Let me a
This is
thick front
interesting.
line.
You know what?
And we get the Hunbats.
And I think that the Cabrakan ult will create a bit of extra geography for Aladdin to run up. That's what I've always loved about the Aladdin pick in combination with, Ymir, Cabrakan, just any god who can create terrain for Aladdin to take advantage of with his 3.
And you wouldn't initially think that these like random piece of geometry in the lane, changes things up for Aladdin, but sometimes it can makes for some really like unexpected like surprise plays. And I called the Artemis. Look at that. I hope he has the new skin. That'd be so sick.
That would be sick. You know what? And I don't think this Artemis pick is bad at all for Killjoy, because one god that is somewhat very similar to Cupid is Artemis. I mean, you're still hitting out these heavy attack speed, basic attacks, and your ultimate stuns a lot of people in a somewhat small vicinity. I guess the Caledonian Boar probably goes a little bit larger than that, depending on how the team fight goes. And also is heat seeking. You know what I mean? It might be a single target, but it also just goes from one to the next to the next to the next. And depending on how much strength you have and how much you're investing in, that Caledonian Boar can hit.
It can hit hard, and I don't know. I don't think these ADCs are going to go the Rip Talon build, but even without that, it like Artemis really good at shredding these frontline. We have a very beefy like frontline 3v3 with Nemesis, Ganesh, and Bellona. The Artemis is gonna have a lot of space to play with. And even if she's getting dove by, like Cabrakan, which does do very well into Artemis, admittedly, she can just Caledonian Boar and just pump arrows into this big rock guy. So it's not as bad as one might think. She does have some really good self peel. It is not always about the safety, and Artemis puts out a lot of damage, especially late game. And importantly, has a pretty decent matchup in the Cupid overall. Especially the ult is basically useless against Cupid, or Artemis rather. Whereas Artemis, her ult is very useful against Cupid. So definitely not that bad of a pick, and I like Artemis a lot. I think she's pretty good, to be honest.
And here we are creeping up into the game. For those of you just now joining us, this is game 3 of the set between the crew and Cyberpunk Otters. 1-1 so far, and this game will decide who wins the trilogy between these two teams. This is Morty and Empin here in the booth, and we have got a banger of a game amongst us.
And it really has been a movie. Every single game has gone long. It's been very grindy. The typical thread, like we've said before, crew doing very well with PvP, CP0 doing very well with farm, and these two teams have spent most of all of the games at a very, very close gold lead. Only a couple of thousand going one way or another, with it just being total chaos. Especially these teams really like to farm to the late game. We know that it's going to get late. They like to play these ends, the ends very safe. It's gonna go late. It's gonna go late. I mean, what can I say? And we're gonna get very good late game team fights. And I think that's kind of what we have to look for. I mean, I'm surprised the Hunbats went down that low on the draft, because it was so powerful. And on the mental booming as well, he got the Hunbats pick again. I mean, last game he went like something like 7-2 and 7 or something like that on the Hunbats, and
Right.
it was really strong. Excited to see where it goes.
Well, Kai's got a new pick. Nemesis, who's been banned away so far, now gets through in game 3. Narwhal gets another backline support similar to Baron Samedi and Yamoja, now on the Ganesh, which is great for peeling for Killjoy, who is on a new god as well. Rip Cupid for the past 2 games and is now on Artemis. So a lot of respect bans went out, right? But one respect ban that didn't get through is Bellona, and Thick Quick on Bellona feels very, very comfortable. He feels good. This might be his moment to shine. What might have looked like a bit of a lackluster solo pick, Thick Quick might show up and show out on Bellona.
I'm excited to see how it turns out. I mean, it was banned away. It seems like these players respect it a lot, and I'm curious to see why that is. Why are we respecting the Bellona so much? Not the most traditional pick, but I mean, even at the start, it seems to be poking quite well. Not gonna lie.
Oh, goodness.
Wow. With such action, 50 minutes into the game, got a little bit of solo brawling. No aspect on the Bologna, so that means the 2 is gonna hit really hard.
Mhm.
We got Aspect Thor, new one for Zerv. Does seem to be fitting the playstyle though for Zerv. I mean, just a big, dumb meat wall that can sometimes one-shot carries. I mean, who can ask for more, really? McThick has
Right.
a
So
lot of pressure though.
tell me about this aspect here on Zerv. What does the aspect of Thunderstruck bring to the table? Why does it make Thor such a prevalent solo laner?
I mean, it really just makes him really tanky. He has a lot more clear as well for doing like lane stuff. His autos and his aspect makes it so he's always hitting with that lightning that comes down when he gets his ult. Um, just a lot of AoE, a lot of healing, a lot of tankiness, and a little bit of extra CC for him. It makes him a little bit more better solo laner. So we got a bit of a fight brewing in mid lane.
Stun doesn't
Mental
connect from
booming.
Biohazard, chasing down Mental Booming.
Oh.
Kai is on the chase, though. They couldn't really find a target. They couldn't dedicate themselves onto one due to the escape potential from both sides. I just, it's going to be hard to find first blood right now.
It really is. I mean, Bologna's super tanky. Ganesha, it might be the duo lane with the Artemis is probably the most exposed out of the squad, but I mean, even then, it's very hard to get on top of an Artemis without losing all your HP. So
But gank in from Kai. Trample connects from Narwhal, trying to lock down Crusties. But around the corners, Mental Booming. The Heart Bomb lands on Narwhal. Oh, down goes Narwhal. Crusties wasn't picked off today. The tables were turned onto the Cyberpunk Otters, and that's going to be first blood for them.
yeah, I mean, pretty good. What can I say? That's just a classic little turn up. Somebody's already 1 HP. I'm just get this kill real quick. Just doing the assassin thing, getting a nice little cleanup with your mobility and stuff. And it was a great monkey. That monkey did go.
Well, go monkey!
Got a
There he
gank.
goes
Oh,
on a
oh,
biohazard.
go, monkey.
He dashes up for bio though, and looks like Kai's put up a bit of a fight as well. Reaper quite low on health, half health on both mid laners. The Q-Fit does massive damage to biohazard though. And he's got a lamp ready. He's gonna dash in and maybe look for this. Dashes back into the middle lane. Maybe Aladdin has another dash ready in just a moment, but Bio is going to hide under that tier 1 tower. I don't blame him. That Reaper Aladdin is scary.
Yeah, I mean, it's doing way more damage than it should. And interestingly, Repo's like, Blue Stone was good last game, but this time I want to go Sansa time. So it seems like we're switching it up from Strength Aladdin to Intelligence Aladdin as well, which is, interesting to see. Narwhal, fortunately, first Miss Sunder of history of time.
Of ever? That's
oh, 3-man rotation.
Gank here in solo. Thick is in trouble. Eagles rally forced out. Going to land back down, but the Thorstone from the Anvil of Dawn is going to make sure that he is put down in the grave. Thick the Quake is dead. That's going to be another kill for the side of the crew.
Yeah, I think the names aren't the names messed up top. The crew and CP0, are they reversed? Yeah, I think so. I think crew's supposed to be on the red side. CP0 is supposed to be on the blue side, but kind of got messed up on that a little bit.
That's
yeah, I mean, not much to say about this early game too much, I'll be honest. I mean, the crew is doing a great job leveraging like what they like to do. They like to fight early and often, and I mean, getting these kills on somebody like Aladdin, we're just chilling. Here it is, Aladdin, another kill. That's great news. I mean, getting kills early on the Aladdin is going to just really accelerate the game plan. He's got a soul gem picked up. A lot more poke. Look at just Biohazard has to beads because you don't know if that ult's gonna hit you or not, and you can't beads after it hits you. So just a lot of pressure coming out from this Reaper pick, and I'm glad that they picked it up. They managed to pick it up again because, I mean, getting this again. I mean, I love watching Aladdin. I can't lie.
Yeah, it's a very fun god because there's so much outplay potential. There's so much to do. One thing, though, that is a little bit different compared to what last game. Reaper last game invested in a bit more of a strength-heavy build, right? Bluestone into the Crusher, and now we're seeing Sands of Time into the Soul Gem. What's that all about?
Yep. I mean, at the end of the day, like, Aladdin is just like you can pick your flavor, but the items he's gonna do the same thing at the end of the game. At the end of the day, it's just gonna be, if I want to go intelligence, I'm gonna be a little bit more bursty. If I want to go strength, I'm just gonna do a little bit worse on the PvE side of things, but I'm still gonna do a lot of damage. Either way, he's doing a lot of damage. Int a little bit more bursty, strength a little bit more like better sustained damage over time.
Right.
pick your poison, really. Like whatever you want to do.
Mental Booming walks forward, connects with a Go Monkey, and the Fear No Evil follows. Biohazard surely is in trouble, and the stun is just a tad too late. Booming couldn't quite didn't get stunned in time as Biohazard's dead, and Cyberpunk Otters are ripping this Gold Fury. The crew are around, though. Kai finds Zerv in solo lane, which, wait a minute, Nemesis just showed face in solo. This is absolutely their time to rip this Gold Fury. Dharmic Pillar's out. Maybe the Sunder comes up and Bravely saves the game. Narwhal is able to steal that away, but he's going to get forced into the lamp because of So. It's a lonely Killjoy and Reaper in the lamp. Reaper, do something. Kill him. Take his life. Come on, dash in.
There you go.
And down goes Killjoy. Reaper finds a kill thanks to the help of the lamp. And you know what? That's a great steal for the crew. That was amazing, Narwhal.
Yeah, I mean, Narwhal, you can say whatever you want about Narwhal, but oh my gosh, Narwhal, you don't miss these Sunders. Like, what's going on with that? Like, the reaction time must be crazy on this guy. That being said, the crew had a really good response. I mean, they're really showing why they picked these characters again. They're like, no, that last game was not a fluke. We're good at these characters. They're gonna be picked again if you leave them open, and they did. And lo and behold, they're doing the same thing they did last game. And it really is on the CP0's side to try to adapt and try to find a way through these very strong picks. I mean, look at the Aladdin. He's level 10 right now, highest level in the game. You don't want to see that coming out of an intelligence Aladdin in mid. You really don't want to see that because you know that he is going to have a monster late game. So if you're going to let him have a monster early game, he's just going to be a monster the whole time. I mean, that just goes to show, like, you know, Reaper very confident in this Aladdin pick.
He really is. He absolutely is really showing up and showing out here at the 8-minute mark. Bit of fight happening in solo lane. Dawn's out and the Fear No Evil around the corner. Incredible gank there from Mental Booming. Going to set up another kill for Zerv, who is 1-1-1. Feeling great here. Get a little bit more action for your team. That's great.
Yeah, I mean, Mental Booming feels like he's everywhere all the time, and he's just finding the right spots to be in at the right time, and it's working out so well. Like, off the back of this Aladdin and this Hunbats, like, we got a lot of pressure for the side lanes, just so much. Aladdin can rotate very quickly. Hunbats can be wherever he wants. Scary place to be in for CP0 right now. That being said, CP0 has a really good team. If they can get out of this laning phase, they have a lot of CC, a lot of lockdown, a lot of burst, a lot of damage. We just need to find a way to get through this early game that we've put ourselves in right now. And while the gold lead isn't huge, it's starting to pull away.
Yeah, it's definitely evening out just a tad as Narwhal looks for a pick on Reaper, who dashes out there. Great use of the dash. Twig finds a slow, though. Maybe the slice and dice will finish him off, but that was a wish of power. Reaper had to use the wish of power there to keep his life there, but a duo side fight happening. Heart Bomb does decent damage to Killjoy, but Kazar is going to have to dash out of that one. He didn't have the mana nor the health to fight that through.
Nope, not enough. And does it? Artemis looks like she's like in the sun right now. Has one bright skin. Goodness.
Is that radiant? What in the world?
I
crazy.
Did beads like whoa. Anyway,
Perma beads?
that's what happens when you got a little bit of ADHD in you. You just get distracted by these things. Just shiny color. I'm just like, oh. Anyways,
Firebrand's brawl happening as Narwhal walks up trying to zone it away so Kai can grab these brands for free, and that he does. Bit of extra damage, strength, and intelligence for Kai to utilize throughout the game. That's good news. Bio maybe looking for a pick on Reaper, just going to get some damage off and then back things away.
Yeah, I mean, if you're Augie here, I mean, even if you're CP0 here, really, it's just like, okay, let's just stem the bleeding. Let's slow this game down. Let's start to try and deny their ability to dictate the pace just a little bit and try to get back in. But Mental Booming, even right now, looking for the gank.
Maybe, Fear No Evil's out. Ooh. Great Kabrakan ult, gonna do a lot of damage to Biohazard, who's not gonna be able to find a way out of this one. Dharmic Pillars tried to save his friend's life, but Narwhal just couldn't control the fight. And looks like Cyberpunk Otters just went crazy right there.
Wow, no, that was, I mean, if you're Augie there, you're getting trapped by that wall. I mean, that's just a well-played moment. Oh my gosh. Hard to time that, and it just came out right at the right time. Stop the dash. I mean, what can you do? That was a very well played by Crusties, yeah. Mr. Nuts.
Mr. Nuts. Dr.
No,
Nuts
please,
there.
my father. My father's Mr. Nuts. Call me
Wow.
Krusties.
I like that. That's very nice. Bracken walks forward towards these oracles. Narwhal might get choked out here. Reapa's around the corner, can easily run up that wall and take advantage of Narwhal should Krusty's find a lockdown, but not able to find anything just yet. Narwhal showing face by these oracles, does not want to give up that vision for free, but also doesn't want to waste a Sunder for it, which is smart because Gold Fury's online and Pyro should be up in about 30 seconds.
Yeah, it's starting to get to that part of the game where it is hard. When you are the team behind and all these objectives are up, it starts to get really hard. Probably the best case scenario for CP0 right now is that we find a way to split the map. Well, the red team's doing like Gold Fury or something, we do Pyro or vice versa, and just try to get a little bit of gold back off of that play. Really, I think that's the best we can do right now because we just need to gotta get the farmed up, gotta catch up somewhere on the map so that we can find a way to get back into this game.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what the game plan is, but I think that Cyberpunk Otters, they've got some ways to go, right? They've definitely shown face pretty well so far, but they've got some distance they need to make up for.
Yeah, no, I mean we've got very strong CC, very strong pick potential, but it's just right now the crew is so thick. They are trying to lead the fight, and we're pulling the Gold Fury. Maybe try to bait Narwhal in. We do have the Cupid ult available, so if we do fire that off, it's going to be really hard. We're going to have to blow a Tally Beast to get out even if we're Narwhal there.
That could be the case. He does have the Tally online as well as the Omni to charm. A lot of sustain, a lot of tools ready to make sure this Gold Fury goes in the way of the Otters, but the crew walking forward here, maybe looking for a piece of the pie. Krusty's does have the ult online. A lot of lockdown potential here from the crew, but can they utilize this well? The Huyi ult's online. That could really change things around as the Gold Fury sits at about 2,000 health. Anvil of Dawn in, followed by the Fear No Evil. Mental Booming. He's able to find a kill on Dr. Killjoy. What do we do from here? Diving forward, able to find one. Dick Quick is able to take down Kazar, and it looks like Cyberpunk Otters are turning this fight entirely on its head. That's a triple kill. No way. Is this going to be a quadra? Fail to go over the wall. Dick is still chasing. Dick is still chasing after Mental Booming. Can he find the damage here? The bludgeon could go crazy. The Scourge does massive damage. Dashes in quick. Trample is going to make sure that Mental Booming's caught. Kai finds the kill. That's 4 bodies down to the blink of an eye, and the crew have lost that Gold Fury fight. Cyberpunk Otters come out on top.
Oh my, that is exactly what we needed, and I guess that's why we ban away the Bologna from Mythic Quick. These 2 games of the Odin, you'd think, oh, Mythic Quick's just playing a body, but surely, I mean, you give him the Bologna, and apparently he can just run this whole game. That was an amazing fight for CP0. I mean, masterfully played. Now we're pulling the Pyromancer. I mean, Mental Booming still dead. One of the stronger members. I think this is a great call, and it's gonna accelerate this gold lead. It's going to pull the whole game back on its head. We're still down a little bit on EXP in certain roles, but the gold's looking really good now.
Gold's looking great indeed.
Killjoy.
What's not looking so great is Killjoy, who does get walled off. The Galdonia Boar is forced out. Phantom Shell forced as well. Killjoy is surely in trouble. Krusty's doesn't have any more tools to catch up to Killjoy, so the Doctor is going to make it to safety of the Tier 1 tower, and looks like Narwhal and Quick are going to be grabbing those firebrands for free once more before the fire giant spawns. And look at how Cyberpunk Otters are just utilizing the map so well. They're doing a great job of just ripping everything they can.
Yeah, I mean they got an inch and they took a mile from it, really. Like, and I do like the way that the crew responded to that play. Is that like, okay, everybody's going to go to this Pyromancer. Let's try to pick this Artemis that was trying to, you know, get a little bit of cheeky farm on the side here while the team was popping off, but he's got Shell and just walked right out. I mean, it couldn't have gotten better for CP0. That was just an amazing turn of the game, just straight up from one side of the pendulum to the other right now. The shoe is now on the other foot, as they say, and yeah, I mean, now it's up for the crew to try and find a way back. We are down. They are still ahead in EXP, and they were winning every fight beforehand, so curious to see how they respond.
Let's see how they do at the 15-minute mark, where 5 kills lie in the hands of the Cyberpunk Otters, and the crew have 8. So a bit of a kill advantage, and the gold lead, though, lies in the hands of Cyberpunk Otters just a smidge, just a tad, right? Nothing to write home to mom about, but it is there.
Sorry, our club is elite.
Yeah. I mean, it has just been the story of the set between these two teams. They seem very evenly matched. These fights, they're not decided until the whole thing is, like, just breaks out. Everything seems very, very even and super close, just in every situation, really. Like, they've been trading gold leads back and forth this whole set, all two 40-minute games beforehand, and I'm excited to see another one. I mean, to be honest, Killjoy getting that ult down, but this is just the matchup you would expect. Like, it's just back and forth. Cupid tests in the waters a little bit, but no. I mean, it really is just very difficult to find a kill in this dual lane matchup, I'd say. Not without any external help.
You know what's crazy is that it's so funny to point this out. The Bologna's more or less had like almost the same build since some Gen Zs have been alive. Like for years and years, we've seen Berserker, Shield, and Shogun's Kasari just inevitably on. Oh, isn't it Shogun something else now? Oh, wait a minute. Killjoy's in trouble. Missile booming over the wall.
Oh.
The Go Monkey does not connect, but everything else does. Holy crap, that's a lot of ultimates for just Dr. Killjoy. Maybe Crusties is next on the chopping block. Heart Bomb does find the stun, but Kai's around the corner looking for a piece of mental booming. Slice and Dice does good damage. Booming is dead. The Great Amanita Charm might save the life of Kai. Amazing trample there from Crusties trying to save the life of his friend as Kazar is able to find the damage and then get out just in the nick of time. And Kai is dead. One body down on Eat. Oh, make that two bodies down as Killjoy is dead as well, but Reaper just a tad bit late to the party. Narwhal hits the silence, dashes back to the tower, and he's A-okay.
There we go. I mean, well, that is something else. I mean, these fights, like, they could have went either way. Like, the Nemesis was super close. If Narwhal got a few choice, like, auto attack blocks in that fight, it could have went a totally different way. Kazar could have been the one dead on the screen. But, oh, I noticed the Cupid has picked up the Rip Talon. I'm a big fan of this item. I think it's extremely OP. I think it's super strong. This item, if you don't know, well, it's on the screen now. It's basically Aussie from Smite 1, but with a little bit of different flavor. Well, you're above 50% health, your autos, they hit decently hard, but when you're below 50% health, you are doing a ton of more damage. 25% increased attack damage, 7.5% increased life shield on that item, almost 20% by itself. It's almost a pre-nerf, pre-anti-heal nerf removal, I guess, item with how much life steal that item has.
Dude, almost 20% when you're below 50 is absolutely wild. Fight unfolding by the Gold Fury. Bit of action happening in the lamp as Reaper and Thick Quick are duking it out. But the fight unfolds around the Gold Fury as well. Fields of Love is out. Killjoy's in trouble. Killjoy's dead. Mental Booming makes sure of it. And we go back into the lamp. Let's see how things unfold there.
Thick.
By himself, Reaper's dead. Thick is able to find the kill. Who's next on the chopping block? Thick chasing forward. The Dharmic Pillars is out, looking to find a bit of chase potential. Mental Booming's in trouble. Kai finds the kill. Great assist from Narwhal. Zerv is a tad bit late. He's going to have to hammer out to make sure that he does not fall like his friends Booming and Reaper. And the Gold Fury is going to go to the Cyberpunk Otters scotch-free.
These past two games, if you ask me, like, you know, who's the better solo laner, I would probably be leaning towards Zerv. But, I mean, Mick showing up and really showing, like, this is why Bologna was banned from him. He's doing so good. He's running this game himself. He is perfectly just as capable of carrying the game from the solo lane as Zerv did in Game 1. I really like what I'm seeing here. I mean, he's looking a lot more lively on this character, and I think the Bologna performance is just great. And yet again, the solo rotation into the Gold Fury, into the Pyromancer, it's just seems to be this team's bread and butter. You get you take an inch, you get an mile. Like, it's looking good. It's looking good for them. I mean, that's really all I can say. I know you mentioned the Bologna build, but now she's picked up an oboe. That is a lot of damage in the team fight.
Pyromancer is getting slain away. Does get dropped though. Cyberpunk Otters. Wait a minute. Reapa's able to take down the Pyro. Reaper stole the Pyro away from the Otters, and he doesn't even pay with his life for it. He's able to escape. He's good.
Yeah. No. Wow. That was a great steal, Reaper. Reaper getting the Pyromancer and the tower. That's a lot of global gold for the team to back with. I like that. And it continues to just be neck and neck. I mean, CP0, as per usual, they have 3 Gold Fury, but that's just been the way of this entire set, really. They've been getting all the objectives, all the Gold Furies, Narwhal Sunders, just crazy. But the crew fighting so well. Can Killjoy escape?
No way, no way. Killjoy's in trouble. Look at Mental Booming going in. Fear no Evil's out. Killjoy can't quite find the damage. Booming takes him down. That was a very, very close one, dude. Killjoy almost walked away with that one. One more basic might have saved his life. And you know what? That Rip Talon might have saved his life as well.
I
Because
was
look at
about
how,
to say that.
dude.
I was gonna say that if you have Rip Talon, maybe you win that fight. All I'm saying. My hands are up right now, you know, Martin Scorsese style. But like, it, I don't know.
Wow.
Very interesting gameplay going on right now. I mean, Mental Booming. We already know that Mental Booming's really good on Hunbats. That's what we can expect. But I'm hoping that Dr. Killjoy can really turn this around. I'm a big enjoyer of Artemis. I love Artemis, and I want to see her succeed. So I'm a little bit biased in that sense, but we'll see. I mean, Dr. Killjoy had some really good Cupid performances, and now Kazar also having a good Cupid performance. Maybe Cupid's just good. I don't know.
Dude, I think he's up there. I really don't think he's far off. I mean, he is far off from Huyi and X-Ball. I don't think he's that much farther off. He might be above, like, pretty much every other carry in the game. That Fields of Love just really does so much. And the fact that he has, like, stems on his 2 now, there's just so much utility that you get from him. I don't think there's any reason to, like, not slam Cupid if these other picks aren't available.
I do think he's a pretty darn solid, like, number 3 ADC, I think. And then, even then, good matchups into the top 2, so technically you could call him number 1 in some games at least. But
no way.
They saw a bunch of people in left lane were picking up the fire, but they don't want to contest the Hunbats for good reason. That Hunbat's extremely scary.
Otters trying to rip that fire in the face of the crew, and you know what? After the crew show face, they decide to back things up and maybe not feel as confident going into things because Killjoy's still split pushing. He's putting a lot of not a lot of pressure, but he's there. He showed face there, so the crew realized like we can walk up to this pretty easily. But Fire Giant does get dropped. And look at where we're at here, Impin. We've got 22 minutes on the board, 4 kills ahead of Cyberpunk Otters. The crew also have a tad bit of a gold lead, but it still feels neck and neck.
It's just dead even, and I mean, I don't know what to say. Every single game has been like this. These guys have somehow managed to create this exact game state every single time, where you know, crew winning, CP0 winning the PVE, and it just seems to be the way of these teams, is the way they like to play. And I mean, you know, to be honest, with Killjoy and the Artemis, we may not be putting out a lot of split push pressure, but when you are like 0-5 on a carry, at that point you might as well, you have to farm. You have to farm to late game. You have to get your items online, and you might as well just AFK split push, because if they kill you, you're dead for like 20 seconds less. But there's a fight going on. McThick had to ult.
Thick Quick ult is down. No more Eagles rally to utilize. Great wall from Krusty's. Might lock Thick look quick in an awful situation. Somersaults in. Boomy's looking for the final touch of death. Kazar's going to find it instead. And 4 members of the Otters are locked inside of a lamp, and Reaper is surely dead. Can you imagine he ult 1 and the other 4 show up?
The whole team.
For Reaper. Fields of Love is out. Amphiladon is in the air. Zerv is looking for a stun. He's able to find one on Killjoy, who's forced to beads, but that still doesn't save his life. Darman Killers is out trying to save Krusty's own, or Narwhal's own life. But Bio is able to take down Kazar in the process. 3 bodies dead on the side of the Otters, and the crew lost 2, which means that the crew came out on top by just a smidge, but those low health bars tell me that there's not much they can really take advantage of.
Yeah, I mean, it's just kills for kills' sake at this point, and the teams just continue to be even. But Biohazard goes in.
No way, he finds a dash, followed by the Meteor Strike, but doesn't do enough damage. Zerv is able to get out of that one in quick time, and he's A-okay, but that was a close one.
And I'm gonna say credit due. I don't wanna you know, talk too much about it, but the credit due for Killjoy did die, but we put out a lot of damage before they trapped him, held left click, and just slammed into whoever was in front of him trying to kill him, and just resulted in a bunch of return kills for CP0. Biohazard though, nope, just fine. Mile-long dash.
Mile-long dash. You gotta love it. Biohazard. Dude, his skin is super bright as well. What is
He's glowing!
Bright-ass skins?
The rapture's happening right now in front of our eyes. Goodness.
Dude, everyone has beads the entire game. I can't
Just
keep
all
getting these
CC
skins, bro. Good lord.
Man. What a game so far. We got people ascending to godhood. We've got an even brawl, games that are surely going to go to 40 minutes each time. This one's feeling like a really long game, I won't lie. With it being so even, so late into the game, I mean, this is gonna be a crazy late game. All I can say, it's gonna be a couple explosive team fights as permanently CC immune Agni wanders around mid lane.
Dude, speaking of late
Oh,
game,
there it
let's look at
goes.
who we have here. That That's perfect. Look at the teams as the fight unfolds by the Pyromancer. Narwhal walks up trying to tank it away. Great Dharmic Pillars does lock down Khazar. Thickly Quick's able to find the kill as he might be looking for a double. Reaper uses the dash to try and find a way into the backline. Mental Booming takes down Biohazard all by himself. Is Narwhal maybe looking for a way out there? Thickly Quick just taking it to the front line. Zerv is losing health at a rapid fire rate. Bludgeon does decent damage as well. Narwhal with an amazing body block, but the 3-man stun from Zerv is surely going to save his life. Mental doesn't have the damage to maybe fight back with this, or the health. So looks like
Oh, the meanwhile,
Otters are gonna come
Killjoy
out
got
on
tier
top.
2.
Oh my god, he did get tier 2.
Hey, and he's level 19 now.
Holy crap.
Coming over for the Pyro. The crew was doing all of that without their ADC. It was just 4v5, and they're chilling. I mean, the crew has been consistently winning all these fights, but 4v5 is still really impressive. I mean, Biohazard playing really well, and Narwhal completely stopped the Thor from getting away right at the start, just because of a really well-timed silence stopping it from recasting the teleport on the one. These guys are just playing these fights very, very well, and like CP0 seems to be struggling to keep up, even though they can farm really well, they can macro really well, they can secure really well. The crew has them challenged in the team fights, and it's just I keep reiterating this, but it's such a good time. I don't know. I like this matchup. It's well balanced, very good.
Dude, this has been extremely fun to watch. It does feel extremely back and forth. I know, chat, we've said this probably 100,000 times, but you know what? It's been fun. It really has been fun to watch this. You don't get these kinds of matchups every day. Sometimes we'll load into wherever. I mean, I don't want to name drop anywhere, but we'll load into some of these matches. It'll be a slam dunk. You'll see one team dominate in 20 minutes. It's an ass wipe. It's just awful. But this has been completely like challenging back and forth. It feels great. It's a relief to watch. So to see these games, you know, players kind of feeling each other out over time and learning, okay, these are their faults, these are their strengths, these are what we need to take advantage of, these are what we need to watch out for. Some of their power picks, like Thickly Quick, who lost Bologna for the first 2 games and now has Bologna in the pocket, and look where he's at. He went from being 0-10 last game to 5-3. Complete flop. Flip flop.
Yeah, big flop right there. No. Like, and both these teams, they drafted so well. The late game's great on both sides. They've got great team fight presence, a lot of PvP potential, a lot of CC, a lot of damage. It's so hard to see who's going to come out on top, and there's just a fight going on the mid lane.
Ults out from Kai, but he's not able to find anyone from there. Khazar did lose a lot of health, but he didn't lose his life. And on the chase is Biohazard is forced to use the ult. The Anvil of Dawn might put him in trouble. Anvil of Dawn just tab it off the mark. Dharmic Pillars in response. A great heal from Ganesh as well from the Amanita Charm. Biohazard's able to find the kill there. 1 down on each side. And Biohazard finds a great 2-man stun. Narwhal looking for a way to engage. Oh my god, that was sexy. That was so good. Incredible. 2-man Eagles rally. And Killjoy is able to find the response there. 3 bodies down on each side. The crew have lost 3. Cyberpunk Otters make their way to the Fire Giant, and nothing but Booming and Reaper stand in their way.
That is a huge, huge team fight for the crew. They can easily take this. It's going to be difficult to contest for the crew here. I mean, dare I say it, Reaper has stolen an objective before with Aladdin. I mean, maybe we go for it again. But
it's a bit high right now. The health is a little bit high for stealing, but there is an opportunity here to maybe pick out Narwhal, at least take some assets away from the Otters, so maybe the crew can contest here as the Fire Giant's still getting slain away as the Dharmic Pillars is out. Mental Booming goes in, the Fear No Evil's out. He's putting a lot of focus on Narwhal. Fire Giant sits at about 7,000 health. Thick Quick really putting the shoes on Reaper, who is able to take down Narwhal, but Thick Quick takes down Reaper. Mental Booming still here, but Fear No Evil not online. 5,000 health, 4,000 health, 3,000. It's dropping in quick time. Mental Booming, maybe looking for an overhead smash, but Killjoy takes him down before. Wait, what? Oh no, Killjoy. Okay. Dude, I really thought it was like a bleed damage or something. I don't know what I thought right there.
Some kind of thought. No,
Killjoy.
I mean, that is not the situation you want to find yourself in. The 2 big carries of your team just dying barely, trying to get away with a couple kills or something off of this Fire Giant. We did deny the FG from Narwhal, so that is something. It is going to be a tank, and that kind of health regen on the Fire Giant is probably the most impactful thing you can get from the Fire Giant, especially when it's the first one. But, I mean, losing on a tank, that's something. And if they don't get too much during these death timers with Reaper and Mental Booming dead, it's probably not the worst trade in the world. So, I mean, they are it was neck and neck, but it seems like CP0, now that Killjoy's online and now that Biohazard's also online, Biohazard's been looking really good on the Agni. It seems like they're starting to pull away in these team fights, especially with how dominant McThick has been in this backline, just running at the enemy backline 24/7. Big fight,
Yeah.
maybe big fight.
I don't. I think it's gonna be hard for them to find an engage unless Bio is able to find a long distance stun. But here comes Narwhal, who does have the Dharmic Pillars online. This could be the fight that needs to be forced. They could quick just dive straight into the tower. It's only 200 health. They don't really stress about it anyway. Narwhal still continuing to push forward. They don't dive the bird yet. Yes, they do. Dharmic Pillars out, followed by the Eagles Rally. Two-man stun yet again. Does force the beads away, but Killjoy is able to take down Reaper as well. And Krusty is maybe looking to peel for the back line. But dude, that was that was incredible. Kai just went absolutely nuts right there. Thick is still chasing down Reaper, who climbs up the wall, crawling his way back to the safety of the Titan room. Anvil of Dawn just a tad bit off the mark. Fear No Evil in response, though, almost locked down. Narwhal was able to find a way out, though. Killjoy takes down Kazar. What's one body down for the crew so far, and a lot of low health bars as well. That's going to force the crew to go back to base, and maybe we see an Ancient Fury from the Otters.
Love to see an Ancient Fury here, disabling the left Phoenix, making it really, really easy to kill. And once those two Phoenixes are down, it is really hard to defend the right lane. We can play a really safe base siege here, where everybody's really strong right now. I mean, now that Killjoy is online on the Artemis, like, he's been putting out a ton of damage. It's looking really good for them. I mean, when we're talking like these fights, they should be going kind of even, but it's just they've been getting these insane combo after combo. McThick getting these two-man stuns, these big bludgeons. I mean, Narwhal getting these great Dharmic Pillars, and then the engages have been so coordinated. I mean, we were blowing up the door. We're making space on the map. Like, it's crazy. Big Kabrakanol's trying to defend it.
Big Kabrakanol followed by the Dharmic Pillars. Otters looking for a way into the Titan room, but are they going to be able to find it? Great Amanita Charm does keep the Otters a little bit more healthy. Look at him go in the back line. Thick look quick, almost find an amazing Eagles rally, but does get taken out of the sky. Reaper tries to lock Narwhal into the lamp, and Reaper's got the damage to take him down. He's going to chase him down in quick time. Reaper takes down Narwhal. 3 bodies
Great
dead
defense
on the side of the Otters, and the crew have successfully defended their Titan room.
Could this be a throw? If they kill Killjoy here, they might just be able to run it down mid and go straight for the Titan. I mean, the Titan has a lot of health, but
dude,
Killjoy.
No way.
Oh,
that's 4 bodies
could
dead
they
for
do
the
it?
Otters.
Could they do it? I mean, we're at least getting a Phoenix here, I think, for sure. I mean, are we panic enders? I mean, the crew does have an opportunity here to potentially either reverse throw or just win the whole set. I mean, it depends on how fast we do this this tower, but I mean,
Sunbeam bow.
Rip it. That's a big oopsie. That's a big oopsie from Cyberpunk Otters.
They don't have any Fury, so it's not really melting too fast. I mean, they got the tier 2 down, but it costs quite a bit of time. Thick is up in 5 seconds. Kai's still here, and the power bomb helps.
Minions
power
are here.
Bomb melted down. There's the minions, but the bird just got
the
destroyed.
We are not going for
They
the
back
end.
it up.
That is the safe play. That is the safe play. I mean, with Biohazard and Narwhal spawning soon, it's likely that McThick and Kai could probably defend that long. But, you know, sometimes teams are panic enders. You know, sometimes, you know, we've been losing all game. We just got to get in there. You know, but these guys played it smart, not playing it all panicky. So, unlike me, I would definitely be panicking here. So, respects to their composure and their self-control to not try to full send there. But I mean, still, 2 Phoenixes down. We've kind of evened up the push in mid lane by getting that mid Phoenix, but the left Phoenix is still down, still pushing. It's going to be hard for them to contest this Pyromancer here.
Pyro getting taken down. Otters are burning it in quick time. Dude, the Bologna build is wild.
It's doing a lot.
The Odibo is low-key.
27k self-healing.
Oh, God. The Fire Giants next as the Otters start their burn, and looks like Biohazard's just a tad bit deep into the back line, forcing the beads on Reaper is what it looks like. No, on Kazar. Kazar did lose his beads. Fire Giant is getting burned away. but Biohazard's able to secure it, walking back, and maybe the Otters look to find something here. Fear No Evil's out, followed by the wall. Might lock down Narwhal. He does get picked down, and looks like Thor's in the air. Oh, he's able to land back down and hit a 3-man stun. The lamp is out as well. Kai's by himself with Reaper and Crusties, and Biohazard forced to dash out. Thickly still doing damage onto the back line of the crew, and the lamp is done with. Reaper's able to find that kill. Kazar finds another 3 bodies down on the side of the Otters. Biohazard by himself. He's forced to dash away, but Zalumu's not giving up on this chase. Looking for Artemis, though. We're splitting this thing off. We're trying to split up our responsibilities here, do a bit of delegating between the team. Beats force out thanks to the Thor wall, and this could be game over for the Otters.
This is going to be really, really hard for Biohazard and Killjoy to defend. With no front line alive, these two are just sitting ducks. If Krusty so much as gets to tickle one of these guys, they're just dead.
But look, no Gold Furies. There's no Pyro Bombs either. That Titan's not melting too fast. Killjoy just needs to stay alive. Dude, decent damage. Killjoy's alive. Killjoy's alive. He just did so much damage, but the Anvil of Dawn is out. Killjoy still does have the dagger. The Fear No Evil's out. Oh! But he's able to take down Booming as well. Anvil of Dawn, he's going to land back down. He's going to hammer out. Dude, the Doctor is in. He just saved the Titan. The Otters are still in.
Oh my god, he's cranking out damage. He got to late game. This is what I was talking about when Artemis just does insane damage late game. Always good late game. That's the big caveat there, but we've gotten to late game and we know that the game was going to late. Every single game's been a 40-minute banger. Of course we're drafting for late game. We're doing a lot of damage here. That's a great defense by these two. A difficult one, but they managed it effortlessly. They made it look easy.
That dude, holy crap, what is going on? What is
Do we see another 5 minutes in this game?
The past 5 minutes we've seen both Titan rooms on camera. That is crazy. Like, dude, this has been insane.
It's a banger to end all bangers. I mean, if we get this Phoenix, it's gonna be really easy to siege these two Phoenixes. If we get this Gold Fury, it's gonna be really easy to siege these two Phoenixes.
Ooh, Killjoy
is picked.
Finds Zer.
Stampede
Thick
dropped.
Quake found the Eagles Rally stun. Not the Eagles Rally. A stun somewhere. Did get locked down, and Zerv was forced into the air. But before he could get up and use the Anvil of Dawn, he was killed. Dead. Zerv in the grave. The crew have lost one body needed to defend this Titan room, and the Otters still have one Fire Giant buff on their side. Fear No Evil's out, followed by the Kabrakan wall, but looking to dive deep into the back line. Thick Quake didn't quite have the team there to back him up, which means he's going to fall. And the Pyromancer, the Phoenix, why did I say Pyro? The Phoenix is dead. Killjoy makes sure of it. That's one bird down, and they could easily go for another. It is debuffed by that Ancient Fury, so it means it's free picking should they find the opportune moment to press in.
It's gonna be hard without McThick, especially with Narwhal being so low HP. I think yet again we are resetting, and we're gonna have another another big fight around an objective later in the map or on a siege. But oh my goodness, the back and forth here is just insane. Like CP0 may have 3 Gold Furies, but it is all even up. I mean, a little bit better on the siege, but we finally take care of that tier 2 tower and right as well with that Pyromancer. So the Titan is going to get as low HP as it possibly can be. It is really just waiting. We're just waiting for this last big fight to break out, for some of the carries and maybe one of the tanks to be gone on one side of the team, because that is just game over at this point. We are 40 minutes into the game. Anything could go. The next team fight decides this whole game pretty much, provided that it's kind of one-sided. But look at the damage. This Aladdin, I mean, he's doing tons of poke. Cupid doing a lot of damage. Killjoy right behind, and then it's just everybody. It's such a high damage game. Everybody on the team is just pulling their own weight. It's just a ton of numbies going on for this 40-minute game. Goodness.
Folks, we are 40 minutes in to game 3 of the Otters versus the crew. A 5k gold lead. Sorry, a 5 kill lead is in the hands of the crew, and a 1k gold lead in the hands of the Otters. It feels even. This is how all 3 games have went so far. The game state feels extremely even, but the Gold Fury tokens in the hands of the Otters have been benefiting their pushes very well. The crew just can't quite seem to end because they don't have the tokens necessary. Biohazard takes down Reaper, and the fight starts by the right side. Hazard may be looking for 2, and Zerv's health bar is getting melted down. He's forced to get out of there due to the hammer, and the crew have 1 less body to try and contest this Fire Giant, which is now being slain.
Getting shredded. I mean, that's Agni for you. You press 4, you press 1, and then suddenly somebody's dead. Like, it's crazy. And Biohazard, I mean, the Tsukiyomi, it's definitely a pick that people like a lot, but I mean, Biohazard seems right at home on these mages. Games 1 and Games 2 looking really good. And that pick was, I mean, that was basically a solo kill. I mean, just in the jungle, casually. I mean, a solo bolo. What is going on with our camera right now? I love this angle. What the heck? It looked kind of extreme. Goodness. It's like we're playing League of Legends out here. Anyways, Biohazard doing really good, and it's going to be hard to stop the siege. I mean, Mythic is just an unkillable Demon King, especially with his Demon Dagger. Here we go.
Eagles rally in, quick looking for an engage. He's able to take down Kazar, but does get killed in the process. 1 body down on each side. Reba has 5 seconds before he gets out of the base. Great Kabrankan wall, but Crusties is going to pay for it with his life. The dagger still in hand of Mental Booming, but CPO is not going to stop there. Killjoy takes down Mental Booming, and the dagger is... the dagger didn't get used. He
killed himself with the dagger.
He killed himself with the dagger. No way. And Reaper goes in trying to save the life of the Titan, but it was not successful. CPO have nothing standing in their way to melt this Titan down and claim Game 3 theirs, and that they do. Game 3 will go to the Cyberpunk Otters.
It could have went either way for either team this whole time, but CP0 with that Gold Fury lead, with that patience and self-control to reach that late game, to stall out the game, they made it through with their late game picks. They picked the Artemis, they picked a really beefy front line and dive comp, and they picked the Agni, and they just locked it in. Just great games all around. I mean, on the other side, Reaper, great showing on Aladdin. Kazar played great in all these games. Mental Booming, really good. Zerv, MVP for the first 2 games for sure. And then Killjoy just coming out, or not Killjoy, McThick coming out of nowhere. Insane game on this Bologna. I mean, I can't be more proud about these 2 teams. They did a great job.
Wow. Folks, all I've got to say is wow, because we were all over one Titan room to the next and then back to the first. 30k self-healing on Thicklequick, extremely tanky. You can talk about damage numbers all you want, but Thicklequick was unkillable. 30 wards. I mean, these stat lines are legendary. What I would not have expected in 1,000 years. Dude, I don't even know what to say. I have no idea. Any words to sum up what has been an amazing trilogy of games between the crew and the Cyberpunk Otters. Empin, do you have any final thoughts?
These 2 teams played super well, showed very good depth in their god pools. They all played very well. I mean, they should all be proud. Winner and loser, I think it's not unlikely that we see this matchup again going down towards whenever we get to near the end of Babylon Smite League this season. It's going to look good. I think that you can see these teams probably in the semifinals or quarterfinals brackets at least playing each other at some point again in the future. I mean, they both played great. And what can I say? I mean, what a fun game, what a fun best of 3. I mean, 40 minutes, super even. Every game, loved it. Great job, guys.
And the crowd is still going absolutely crazy after what we just saw. Mechanus, the Cowboys fan of the Smite 2 League, is just really showing his pride in the team, because you know what, I can't blame him. That was one hell of a set, and shout out to everybody involved here. This was a blast. That being said, this is the end of our Smite 2 action for today. But if you want to be a part of this, don't worry. We have more coming at you very, very soon. Don't forget to follow the Twitch and join the Discord if you scroll down just a tad. This has been Empin with me here in the booth. My name is Morty, and we will see you all very, very soon. Thanks, y'all.
Have a good night.